As play ball, Stephen Kwan steps in. Kader Montero's first pitch.
Way here at Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. So glad to have you along for the first playoff game in almost exactly 10 years in Detroit. Kwan lifts a fly ball to left field, not deep. Riley Green back one step, makes the catch. One up, one down. Oh, this crowd is into it right from the very start.
They love it. That first pitch may have been a tick off the plate. Good friend Jason Benetti sitting behind me. I look back. He said, yeah, that's good enough.
2 balls width off the plate, strike one.
Hey, he wanted the cheer. You know that first strike, the crowd cheers.
Jim Wolf's like, you know what, let's get this thing started.
Yeah.
Kyle Manzardo, left-handed batter, takes first pitch changeup up and away. Montero was pretty hittable this year in his work with the Tigers. 98 innings, gave up 100 hits. Opponents hit 260 with some power. He was a little better against lefties. 1-0, Manzardo takes fastball at the belt for a called strike. First pitch today brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. Left side of the infield, that's Vierling and Sweeney, shifts to the right just a little bit. The outfield shifts the other way on Manzardo. Had some big hits down the stretch. Curveball gets an easy ground ball to second. Keith Fields flips. 2 up, 2 down, 5 pitches. A.J. Hinch really liked this matchup of Kader Montero against the Guardians because he had seen back in July a 6-inning start, 6 1/3 to be precise, of shutout ball against Cleveland, and that's why it was so important for him to get back to being a 4-pitch pitcher during the wild card series when he was inactive.
And you see him go into that curveball right out the gate. 2 times, getting a couple outs with it.
Ramirez gets the healthy booze. He swings and pops it up. Shallow left field. Riley Green over and in. Makes the catch. Crowd loves it. You get Ramirez out, a 1-2-3 first postseason start for Kader Montero. No big deal. A 1-2-3 first. 5 total pitches.
That is a fastball pummeled down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone, and a home run for Tatis, whose mastery over Jack Flaherty continues. He drives the ball right center field. Edman back. It is gone. The Padres tee it off. Second of the game for Tatis, and they've got double digits in game 2.
Glad to see Luis wanted a hit.
Yeah, I can't see him sitting out.
Is this going to
Get in there. Get in there.
It will. Same where the other went the other night. 2 of them. He had a double and a triple on that same spot the other night. And he's got himself a double here to lead it off.
And look at his teammates. I think his teammates know as well. They want that ball. Get that ball back in. It's worth another look. Change up and away to the pull side.
Winning run at second, 2 down. 1-2 pitch to Castellanos. Into left field. Down the line. It's a fair ball. And the Phillies have tied the series. Back to Queens. 1 apiece. Castellanos the hero.
Slider. That's a hanger. 2 strikes. You cannot make that mistake. Trying to make it too good. He hangs it. Castellanos does it right away. The Philly crowd knew it right away.
Unbelievable game. One of the best games I've ever seen.
This was an instant classic.
Finance and set.
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
It's incredible. On the shelf again. And now here he finds himself in a big game in the postseason. I mean, I would imagine he feels like he's tested through because of his career But, man, if you haven't pitched that much in a season, now they're asking you to go out on a big stage against a pretty good Tigers hitting team. They'll make you work. He's got his work cut out for him here.
Meadows at the plate. First pitch is off the plate away. If that had been the first pitch of the game and the Guardians at the plate, that would have been a strike.
Oh, yeah. You got to get the fan cheer reaction.
It's largely splitter sinker for this 13-year veteran, the 1-0. Fastball up, 2-0 on Meadows. 13 years, and the numbers are pretty steady in terms of its low walk, strikeout rate 7 to 8. The 2-0, swinging a line drive, base hit, one hop off the dirt into right center. In the shadows of the light tower, Brennan will field it and get it in. Parker Meadows singles to start the game. This is a pitcher you can run on, and this is the perfect scenario to start.
Nice work by Parker. Gets to a 2-0 count, and if there's one thing he's been, it's aggressive. They got to stay aggressive. Hit the heater. You hit the heater, you don't have to worry as much about the split finger.
Kerry Carpenter gets a huge hand. First pitch, swinging a foul to the screen. Oh, he had a rip at a sinker.
He was on it.
He was on it.
This is where Cobb, he's going to have to work his secondary pitches, just like we were talking about with Cater. If they can get on that heater, he's going to have to really bank on that knuckle curve, that split finger working for him today.
11 years and 2 days ago, that's the last time Cobb appeared in a postseason game. Carpenter fly ball center field, fairly deep, still going. Back to make the catch in deep center field. What a beautiful running catch by Lane Thomas. And you talked about the breeze. That breeze carried that ball a long way. I think Carpenter did, but Thomas, I think, got fooled.
Yeah, I think he got it off the end of the bat a little bit. Thomas kind of went straight across on it first, had a break back. He didn't panic, though.
Thomas is very good in center field. Kwanzaa Gold Glover in left. Brennan's in right today. We saw Giankenzie Noel flip over to first to drive Meadows back. Make a fine throw. It's a different game, though, here at Comerica Park. Cleveland's outfield so much smaller, one of the smallest in square footage compared to one of the largest. That will definitely affect the base running in this series. Swinging a foul, Matt Vierling at the plate, fouled it off the home plate umpire, Jim Wolf. Todd Titchener is the crew chief. He's at first base. Chad Fairchild, today's second base umpire. Nick Marley at third. Remember, it's a six-man umpiring crew. Interesting, Brant Herder getting up and getting loose.
Well, with Kate Air, they stacked the lineup with lefties.
Meadows dances off first. Vierling, soft line drive up the middle. That'll be gloved by Rocchio. Throw on the run, and he'll get Vierling down to second. Goes Meadows. Jam job, and he just couldn't get much behind it. Crowd got excited because it was a one-hop line drive, but Rocchio's very good at short. Range far to his left. 2 outs for Riley Green.
There's that old thumb buster. Ball got in there. Little sinker in. But this is still pressure in the first inning. This is what you want. You want to put yourself in as many situations to potentially score runs as possible.
Lefties, righties, they both hit Cobb about the same. Riley Green takes first pitch splitter low and outside. It's a hard splitter. Right around 90 miles an hour. That's his average splitter the last couple of years. And again, he throws it a ton along with the sinker, which is mid-90s. Green waiting the 1-0. Off the plate, and splitter. That's the same pitch that was called the strike for Cater Montero. It's 2 balls with off the plate away. Rocchio trying to shorten the lead of Meadows at second base. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Tigers take the lead in the first. Meadows cruises around third. Riley Green delivers a 1-0 lead with 2 outs in the first.
Crowd like that, Dan?
Oh, this place is alive.
That's a little split finger over the middle of the plate. Kind of worked down and away. Riley just pokes it out into center. A little 3-hop ground ball. Hit it in the right spot. Get the party started.
The importance of scoring early runs. The Tigers have only done it in one game in the postseason. That was against Framber Valdez in the second inning. To score in the first, can't tell you how big that is. Wenzel Perez takes curveball for a strike. That's Cobb's worst pitch, most hittable pitch. Doesn't use it much. Fastball up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Everybody's got an orange towel, and when this place, everybody's waving it. It is quite a sight here at Comerica Park. The 1-1, way up and away. Big miss. Good hitters count. Andy, I go back to the Wenzel Perez at bat against Class A that kind of set things up in the 9th inning. A sharp line drive and a 1-2 count.
Yeah, showed he's hittable. You know, he put a good swing on it.
The 2-1 from Cobb, swinging a foul over the screen. That was a splitter, and it's got good action down and away from, in this at-bat, a left-handed batter. Just 16 innings of work for Alex Cobb. In this season, he started with San Francisco. He had a hip injury. He was recovering from hip surgery. He was working his way back right around the trade deadline. He had some shoulder issues. He gets traded to Cleveland. He said it was tough. The 2-2 swing and a pop-up into shallow center field. Thomas late break, but he'll get there. Make the catch in shallow center. Perez flies out. Tigers take the lead. Riley Green delivers with 2 outs on a ground ball single to center. We head to the second inning in Detroit. Game 3 of the American League Division Series. 1-0 Tigers on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Presented by Meyer.
At Comerica Bank, we're...
And Lindor gets under one to center field. Harris going back. It's back near the wall. And it's out of here. Linsanity again. Francisco Lindor flips the script with a 2-run homer. And the Mets go in front 8-7. Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
Glad to see Luis wanted a hit.
Yeah, I can't see him sitting out.
Is this going to
Get in there. Get in there.
It will. Same where the other went the other night. 2 of them. He had a double and a triple on that same spot the other night. And he's got himself a double here to lead it off.
And look at his teammates. I think his teammates know as well. They want that ball. Get that ball back in. It's worth another look. Change up and away to the pull side.
He's on the track. See ya! Home run number 58. A towering drive.
Judge hit an unbelievably high drive. We waited, and it came down in the visitors' bullpen. A Judge at last. All right, here comes the Judge.
Maybe that swing. Drives it in the air, deep left center. Judge leaping, and he made the catch. Oh, Aaron Judge, what a play. He does it all, and there's the double play. Send him to Monument Park now.
What a double play by the Yankee defense, and what a catch by the captain. What a way to end the inning.
And he can make a decision. Well, you know what? 6 lefties in this lineup today. I'm going to go with Brant Herter in the second inning, and that's what he's doing right here. Perfect occasion to use Brant Herter.
Setting him up for success, you know, and depending on how that lineup look, when you got 6 lefties rolling out there, Herter's going to have 1 righty to basically face and then a switch hitter in the number 9 hole. But other than that, he's going to face all lefties.
6 true lefties plus a couple of switch hitters. First pitch to Naylor. Fastball strike. This is fascinating. So Montero does the job. He's used as an opener. Gets 3 outs on 6 pitches. Naylor swings and hits a soft ground ball foul down the first baseline. Batting helmet flies off a lot when Josh Naylor takes a cut.
Yeah, that thing a little loose. I think he had more hair earlier in the year when they fitted the helmets, and then he cut his hair.
Herder has thrived in this role. Sweeping breaking ball away. Andy, the consistency outing to outing for Brant Herder. He had that one incredible appearance against Baltimore. Swinging a line drive, base hit into center, over second base into right center. Wenzel Perez over to field it on a couple of skips. Josh Naylor's just a good hitter.
Yeah, he doesn't care too much lefty-righty. Probably does a little less damage against lefties as a whole. But AJ's just putting pressure on Vogt, too, because now he's got to decide, am I going to pinch hit for guys this early in the game or not?
Right.
Am I going to bring in Noel to face him or let Will Brennan have an at-bat? Like, what's that going to look like? And now he's putting pressure on the opposing manager.
Ground ball up the middle, pass, and off the glove of a diving Trey Sweeney. Trickles out to center field to Parker Meadows. Sweeney also close. The ball just ticked off his glove. Lane Thomas with a sharp ground ball single. If he makes the diving stop, that might have been 2. And immediately it's 2 on. Nobody out in the second inning. 1-0. Tigers on top. That brings up Andres Jimenez. Offensive numbers have really fallen off the last couple of years. He's going to bunt, show bunt anyway. Fastball up and in. Herder has struggled against righties, shut down lefties in the minor leagues. He has shut down lefties and righties at the major league level. The improvement against righties is eye-opening. Tigers pinching in at the corners, the 1-0. Jimenez bunts, pops it up, and foul. Yearling ran over, dove by the big postseason logo between the third base coach's box and home plate, and just came up a couple of feet shy.
Yeah, he'd need rocket boosters to get to that one. But you can see him playing way in.
Jimenez being asked to bunt, only 3 successful sacrifices this year. But probably one of their best bunters. The 1-1 bunt is off, swinging a soft tap foul. Again, great numbers a couple of years ago as a 23-year-old. The numbers have fallen off and pretty dramatically in the last 2 years. Struggles more against lefties. Hit 240, but it's 240 with no power against lefties. Herder has shut down both righties and lefties this year. Big lefty sets the 1-2, swinging a little baby pop-up into shallow left field. Riley Green will charge a look into the sun and make the catch. You could see as he charged in, he looked up and wow, right into the sun. That's a good play given what he was battling.
He trusted it to come down. He's got the big lenses on to help shade the sun. He's just letting everybody know, I got it. No worries. That's a big out, though. And here you go. Will Brennan won't even get an at-bat.
How about that?
I mean, you want to talk about burning a player quick.
Wow.
That's AJ just playing mind games right now.
So that'll bring Chris Fetter out to talk about Giankenzie Noel, who is pinch hitting for Will Brennan. And right away, A.J. Hinch makes Stephen Vogt burn a player who didn't get an at-bat.
That's as quick as I've seen it happen. And that was the goal. You know, get these guys off, because we know the outfield defense doesn't look the same with Noel out there compared to Brennan, right? So that's something to watch out for in the game.
Yep.
As we keep moving forward.
Brennan, the better range. Noel, we know, is the big arm.
Yep.
But you'd probably rather have Brennan out there if you're Stephen Vogt in a bigger outfield.
Yeah, in a postseason, you want a bigger outfield. I want my fastest guy out there possible.
Noel had a big start. He really faded down the stretch. First pitch, backdoor, cutter gets the called strike, the sweeper on the back door. Wow, this is a big strike zone for Jim Wolf, our home plate umpire. I mean, a big strike zone on both sides of the plate, to righties and to lefties. Noel, big power hitter, swings and misses, fastball away. I love it. He gets a called strike with a sweeper away, and then it really forces the swing on the strike one, same spot with the fastball.
Yeah, I don't think I would do anything different. Keep it away. Noel obviously didn't have enough stickum on the bat. Or he's going to get a longer bat. That's what he's asking for. He's like, hey, if he's going to call it 2 balls out, you got the 38-inch bat? This 34 one ain't working.
What's the longest one you got over there?
Yeah, anybody got something longer?
Crowd booing as he goes and gets the longer bat.
I think it was a batting glove issue is what it turned out to be. So I don't know if you can change bats if it's not broken in the middle of an at bat. That'd be a good.
He asked for permission, so he got permission. 0 for 4 in the first 2 games of the series with 3 punch-outs and a walk. Waiting on an 0-2 here. There's a lot of swing and miss in this bat. The 0-2 is swinging a fly ball, left center field. This one's deep, playable. Meadows back to left center, makes the catch. Tagging Naylor. He's going to go to third. The throw will go to second, and that holds Thomas at first base. He would have tagged if the throw had gone toward third. Good decision by Parker Meadows in deep left center. 2 outs. And that'll leave it up to the catcher, Bo Naylor. They're not going to swap him out.
No.
This early in the game.
No, this is where, as a manager, you got to make decisions. And he's forcing Vogt to make some tough decisions early on in the game that could impact how things play out later as well.
Naylor's a left-handed batter who just cannot hit lefties. Still, he became the mostly everyday guy down the stretch at catcher. Austin Hedges, a fine backup. First pitch to Bo Naylor. Fastball strike, inner half of the plate. The numbers for Brand Herter this year, 10 games, 1 start, several impressive long relief outings, 45 innings and a 2.58 ERA, a walk rate near 1. Strikeout rate at 7.5. 1-0 Tigers, the strike one. Fastball. Now, come on, that's been a strike. Why not just keep calling it a strike? It's up and away. 6'6", 250-pound lefty out of Canton, Georgia, works the first base side of the rubber. Sets, holds a glove at the belt, the 1-1. Swinging a line foul down the right field line into the netting. Well out ahead of the sweeper. For the season, Bo Naylor just hit barely 200. There is some pop in this bat. Noticeably against lefties, not only does he struggle to hit for average, but he's very aggressive. He will not draw a walk. Towels waving here at Comerica Park. Herter sets. The 1-2 swing and a soft tap foul. The slider at the bottom near the knees of the strike zone.
Just need to get that out away from a little bit further. That one kind of stayed kind of middle and down. Get him to where he has to do that little one-handed swing. Come out of posture.
This is a tough out for the Tigers this year. Bo Naylor kind of sinks down into his stance. He'll flip over to first to drive Lane Thomas back. He's got speed. He has a base-stealing threat. But Brand Herter, like most Tigers pitchers, outstanding, paying attention to the running game, and really he stopped the running game. Not all lefties do. 1-0 Tigers in the second. Runners at the corners, 2 out. The 1-2, Lane Thomas takes off, swinging a foul out of play. Deep down the left field line, Naylor's going to see at least 6 pitches in this trip to the plate. Left side of the infield shifts to the right. The outfield plays him to go the opposite way, and that brings Riley Green over and in, as the Tigers do against a lot of opposite side platoon players. They'll bring that opposite side fielder over and in.
Get that slider out away from him. Get it in the other batter's box.
Herter sets the 1-2. He did. It looked like he stumbled on the landing spot. 6 pitch to the at-bat. The sweeper missed badly. Down and away.
That's not a bad pitch, though. Keep him honest. Now you can go in with the heater. You can go back out there again. Probably fastball up and away. Fastball in.
Naylor coming down the line, his brother coming down the line at third. The 2-2 swing, check swing, foul out of play, irritating. Naylor's going to see at least 8 pitches in this trip to the plate. Skinny light tower shadows from right field. stretch all the way from the right field wall to right behind second base. The roofline shadows from the first base side as Herter steps off will begin to creep onto the field in the late innings of this game. Towels waving. Bo Naylor waiting. The 2-2, swinging a line drive to right center field over and in. Perez, he'll make the catch, soft line drive. Herter works out of a jam. Tigers bat in the bottom of the second. They've got a 1-0 lead. Game 3 of the ALDS. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
Winning run at second, 2 down. 1-2 pitch to Castellanos. Into left field. Down the line. It's a fair ball. And the Phillies have tied the series. Back to Queens. 1 apiece. Castellanos the hero.
Slider. That's a hanger. 2 strikes. You cannot make that mistake. Trying to make it too good. He hangs it. Castellanos knows it right away. The Philly crowd knew it right away.
Unbelievable game. One of the best games I've ever seen.
This was an instant classic. Fly ball to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the leap, brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
The pitch. He struck him out. And the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals, who lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year, not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row. Pirates, no runs, no hits, 1 error. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, shut it. 7 no-hit innings.
Nate Pearson, the new pitcher on the mound, is a bouncer to short, fielded by Swanson. He'll throw to first to get him.
8 no-hit innings. Porter Hodge on the mound.
Down to their last chance.
Grounder to short. Dansby to first. There it is.
A combined no-hitter for the Chicago Cubs.
If you go to right center field, he's got a great arm, but I would rather have the fast guy out because a little ball in the gap, a little bleeder here, a little bloop there, that'll score some runs in the postseason. And great job by AJ to just put pressure on the opposing manager to make him make decisions that are not comfortable.
And it's all that's going on the last 2 months that led to it. Colt Keith takes first pitch fastball 95, thigh high, inner half, strike 1. Keith. Torkelson, Sweeney. Time for dollars on deck. Is Spencer Torkelson gets a hit this inning. Northville Lumber donates to Detroit Blightbusters. Northville Lumber is Michigan's #1 Trex dealer. The wind up to strike 1. Down and away. Jim Wolf, I'm sorry. This is not a good strike zone. It's just not a good strike zone.
It is wide.
It's for both teams, but it doesn't matter. It's just, you'd rather have it called consistently. This is really big. The 0-2 up and in. And you got to wait for Jim Wolf. He pauses and then he stands up and then sometimes does nothing.
He just moves a little slow.
Or he stands up and goes, strike. Cobb into his motion, working first base side. The 1-2, fly ball, left field. Not particularly deep. It's going to carry a ways. We can definitely say, Quan makes the catch shy of the warning track. We can definitely say the wind is pushing the ball to left center, maybe even to center field today.
Something out that way is probably going to leave the yard at some point. You get a decently hit fly ball to left, it's got a chance today.
But Andy, let's think about what we talked about in terms of how important it was to get his sinker off the ground. This is a 60% ground ball guy. That's heavy ground balls. Torkelson takes first pitch off. Oh, this is just terrible. Wow. knuckle curve, 2.5 balls width off the plate.
You know, if he's going to call it both ways, that's in the Tigers' advantage because we have 1 run and they have none currently.
Home plate is currently 25 inches wide. Fastball strike.
What's regulation?
17.
17. So
at least, wouldn't you say?
Math,
4 on each side?
It is
at
much
least.
wider than it should be if it was 25 as opposed to 17.
The 0-2.
Don't do it.
Oh. Cobb was walking off the mound on a fastball away, tried to get the sinker to run back over the plate. I thought he was going to ring him up.
I thought he might.
Now Torkelson swings and misses. That's the splitter down. It's a hard splitter at 91. But Andy, already through the first 6 batters through Colt Keith, you saw Meadows with a line drive single. You saw Keith get the ball in the air. Perez and Carpenter all get the ball in the air. And that's exactly what the Tigers need to do against Cobb.
It's a good sign. I just hope that Cobb doesn't start trying to play the ball off the plate and continue to get calls because he's a savvy enough pitcher that he says, if I'm going to get a couple inches off, why would I throw it over the plate?
I mean, truly, this is one of the biggest strike zones we have seen in a long time. It is for both sides, but it doesn't matter. It's just not. When you see calls like this, it just lends a certain feel to the game. It's like,
Usually it gets tightened up a little bit as they go. They're missing a few.
That's what we'll be watching. The 1-0. Fastball up. 2-0 on Trey Sweeney. He had a game in game 2. Defensively, his double play that he started in the 6th inning was incredible. Swinging a foul out of play. It put his skills on display and the improvements of Colt Keith, which has been season long, but especially when Colt Keith's on the pivot. Beautifully turned double play to keep the game scoreless in the 6th inning. And then a big single against Clase in the 9th. The 2-1. Swinging a foul to the screen. He had a rip. Had a fastball up and away.
This is where he'll probably want to run to that little split finger down and away. It's hard enough. You don't have to wait for days for it. The key is just to not swing at it if it gets too far down.
2-2. Bounced the splitter at 90. 3-2 on Sweeney. Want to create some traffic on the base paths against Cobb. Tigers made him work a little bit in that 1st inning. Meadows singled, went to second on a bounce out, scored on a Riley Green single. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a soft tap foul. Pulled off the fastball just a little bit. 1 for 7 in the first 2 games for Trey Sweeney. 2 for 14 so far in the postseason. Always remember with the postseason numbers, what you really should be doing is appreciating the guys who are producing offensively, because most of the numbers often are going to be on the low side. The production is going to be on the low side. The 3-2 got him. Fastball, thigh high, right on the inside edge. It's a perfect pitch. Throws Trey Sweeney in a 1-2-3 2nd inning for Alex Cobb and the Guardians. We head to the 3rd, 1-0 Tigers after 2 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
Rocket met with first-time home.
The pitch. He struck him out. And the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals, who lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year, not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The 2nd ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
3-2. Ramirez on the ground. That's fair. Kwan is in. Naylor rolls one through. A base hit. Coming in to score is Fry. And he's got two of them right here as Lane Thomas turns on one. Deep in the left. There she goes. Lane Thomas, a 3-run blast. 5-0 Cleveland before there is an out recorded in this game.
That is pounded deep out to left. The walk-off slam for Wyatt Langford.
Steps up here in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded and just unleashes on Clay Holmes with a game-winning walk-off grand slam home run.
A wild adventure this one was tonight.
2 years.
So it was due to happen, though.
It was due to happen, and he kept throwing sliders to Kerry Carpenter, and on the third one
of these will work. Surely one of these will work. Whack!
Brian Rocchio, switch hitter, batting righty against the lefty. Herder takes first pitch, slider up and away, ball one. Rocchio 2 for 7 with a couple of doubles so far. Rough year at the plate. This becomes a pretty pitchable lineup when you get past Naylor. Lane Thomas can give you a good at-bat. He's in the 5 spot today. Soft little tap foul down the third base line. It's an impressive mix of pitches for Brant Herder, and this is arguably the guy, Andy, that prompted, or certainly was one of the driving forces behind the plan that Scott Harris and A.J. Hinch came up with in early August. The 1-1, up and away. They had traded away Jack Flaherty. Reese Olson was on the injured list. Casey Mize is on the injured list. The only help was not going to come from without. They weren't going to bring anybody else in from another organization. The 2-1, swinging a fly ball, left field, fairly deep, but that's where Riley Green was. He'll come in toward the line a little bit, make the catch, one up and one down, but they were calling guys up, and at the time it was Salmons and Herder to help from the minor leagues in a starter's role. But Brant Herder really had a problem getting through first innings. And it felt like that was kind of the driver of the whole idea of using an opener for him, get some lefties in that lineup instead of an all-righty loaded lineup, give him a chance for success. And you can't overstate how well it has worked and how important it has been for him. Kwan takes strike one.
Pitching with confidence. You know, you can see him up there. He's got some good mound presence about him. Big, tall lefty.
The strike one
across the body.
Kwan is a fastball, strike two.
And once a guy gets in a groove, he gets his confidence, and he starts mixing his pitch as well. And his sinker has been really, really good. I mean, understatedly, that sinker has been performing at a high level for him for the last month and a half, getting lots of ground balls.
0-2, swing and a tap foul right at home plate, still 0-2.
Gets ahead in the count, and then he can go to his secondary pitches. But he's not afraid to throw the sinker in any count. That's one thing I like about Herder. He'll throw the fastball in any count. He'll throw the four-seam up once in a while, but mainly he's going to throw that sinker running in on the hands. He can backdoor it to a righty. He can throw it into a lefty. He can throw it up and away. He can move that pitch around, and it's very effective. And then once you get to thinking about that, he'll throw the sweeper or the changeup as well.
Kwan can hit lefties or righties. The 0-2, soft ground ball, tips off the glove of Herder, charging Sweeney, bare hands, throws, threw it away, hits the tarp. On his way to second, Kwan is going to make it. Throw from Torkelson won't be in time. It was going to be bang-bang at the base, but Sweeney charged, and just because that ball tipped off the glove of Herder made it a much more difficult play.
Man, you wish you could just go out and tell the pitcher, just don't touch the ball, but it's that natural reaction. Because Sweeney was playing like way up the middle against Kwan. That would have been a routine play.
Yep.
Sweeney tries to barehand it, gets a little bit in the palm, throws it about 15 feet to Torkelson's right.
And now we see another player burned in the first 3 innings. Kyle Manzardo comes out. David Fry, the righty specialist against lefties. Fastball, strike one, inner half. Again, the improvement for Herder against right-handed batters. They hit just 188 against him in his time in the major league. Some power. 7 of their 18 hits for extra bases. But huge improvement. The strike one from where he was in the minor leagues. Fastball Well, we're gonna. Jim Wolf is still trying to dial in that strike zone.
You didn't like that strike that was called a ball?
Perfect on the black into the righty, and that's right where Jim Wolf is set up, and he did not call it a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Quan's a good base runner, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Jake Rogers likes what he sees, points the glove out. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
These are big at-bats right here. If Herder can get this guy out, get these righties that are coming in, because later on, these riders are going to have to face the likes of Brisky, Best, Foley.
Quan takes his lead. Herder checks in the 1-2. Backdoor sweeper. You could tell he kind of aimed that one on the outside edge. But that's exactly what AJ has done. Created a pocket of righties, or certainly more righties for his righties to face later in the game. The 2-2. Got him. Stayed with a sweeper. Buried it. Bottom rail. 2 outs in the 3rd.
Big pitch right there. Jake Rogers just going down to pick this sweeper up from the bottom of the zone. Sucks it up in there like a vacuum cleaner. Wolf wanted to call him out right as soon as he let it go, too.
Jose Ramirez will be intentionally walked for the 5th time this year by Tigers pitch. 6th time this year by Tigers pitching. They have issued, I think the grand total is 13 intentional walks this season.
6 to him.
6 to Jose Ramirez. Line drive off the bat of Josh Naylor down the right field line, deep and foul. Disappeared from our view in the corner, so Ramirez intentionally walked 2nd time in this series, and again the 6th time this year the Tigers have intentionally walked him. Boy, Josh Naylor, whoo!
He can hit now. That's a guy, when you run that sinker in, you can't get it in on him like you can a normal person. This is where you got to be smart. Work the ball away, go sweeper away, use the sinker up or down to try to keep the ball on the ground and get ground ball.
1-0 Tigers in the 3rd. Ground ball softly to first. Torkelson will field the big hop, underhand flip, easy to Herder at the bag, crosses it with his right foot. And Brant Herder does the job again for the 2nd straight inning. Strands 2. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Crowd on their feet at Comerica Park. 1-0 Tigers. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball, presented by Meyer.
No runs, no hits, 1 error. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, shut it. 7 no-hit innings.
Nate Pearson, the new pitcher on the mound. There's a bouncer to short, fielded by Swanson. He'll throw to first to get him.
8 no-hit innings. Porter Hodge on the mound.
Down to their last chance.
Grounder to short. Dansby to first. There it is.
A combined no-hitter for the Chicago Cubs.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field, and right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh my God!
All tied up in the Queen City.
There's a swing and a high fly ball towards the right field corner. Fair or foul towards the pole. It's off the pole and gone. Pavin Smith, his 5th of the year. Pavin swing. That's belted. Deep left field. Alvarez turns, walks. It's gone.
A grand slam. 2nd home run. Hang on. He's done it again. Pavin Smith, 3 homers.
Hayes hits it deep to right center. Harris is back. He reaches him. Oh, my! He brought it back. What a grab by Michael Harris to keep it 2-0.
You see the angle he's going about it. It looks like he's got it trapped, and he gets right to that position and launches himself over the fence. He's like, really?
That's where he's got that reliable sinker. Man, he can throw that in any count. He can get to outs with it, get ahead with it. It's been a good pitch for him. I mean, him being able to get those righties out that they're bringing off the bench, that's going to be crucial. That's like a big pivotal moment. Each of those at-bats to get those guys out is huge.
Jake Rogers leads off against Alex Cobb. First pitch, fastball, 95 at the knees, strike one. Remember how the ninth inning rally against Emmanuel Clase started a couple of days ago. A Jake Rogers bullet single into left. He swings and hits a line drive fair down the third base line. That's going to kick off the stands. Kwan will field it. Rogers heading to second, and he will make it standing up. Leadoff double for Jake Rogers here in the third.
You see him try to go in with the sinker a little bit. Jake ain't having any of it. Doesn't he know that Jake turned 100 around yesterday? Sucks his hands in, gets the head out, hooks it down the left field line. Easy double.
Kwan was ready to turn and fire to second, but when he picked up the ball, he dropped it. So there was no throw.
They wouldn't have had him anyway.
Not a chance.
Jake's
not the way he scampers.
That's the fastest scamper in all of the world.
Meadows takes knuckle curve on the back door, strike one. Ramirez in tight at third, right up to the edge of the grass to the right of the third base cutout. Rocchio at short, shades up the middle. Jimenez at second base, shades toward the hole. The outfield almost straight up. Cobb is going to turn and look Jake Rogers back to second. You got to keep an eye on Jake Rogers. You never know when he might head over to third.
Word is out in the league. Yeah, that'll get the boos from the home fans. Throw the ball to the plate, they say.
Outfield is deep. The strike one. Low and away. Kwan basically stops the running game in left field. But the Tigers have been so aggressive, and Jake Rogers is part of that aggressiveness. It would not be a surprise, single to the outfield, hitting the right spot, that Joey Cora might send him. Ground ball up the middle, charging to his right, backhanding Jimenez will flip it over to Naylor at first. Parker Meadows does the job, though. He gets Rogers to third with one out for the heart of the order. Carpenter coming up. The buzz in the crowd. Daniela, you had a chance to talk with both Riley Green and Matt Vierling about how different postseason at-bats are.
That's exactly it. The conversation started because Matt Vierling was asked about, is there concern when your at-bats aren't going as well as they are? What's your batting average in the postseason and things of that nature? And Matt Vierling said you can't focus on all of that. You got to go out there and you got to put together good at-bats. Pitching is really, really good in the postseason.
The boos you heard in the background. Carpenter, the four fingers put up, gets the intentional walk, and that does bring up Matt Vierling. Infield's going to be drawn in, tight at the corners, middle of the infield in most of the way. Fastball high and tight. Crowd doesn't like it. Ball one. But Andy, it is so different, and you have to be aware that people are going to talk about, oh, you're 0 for 8 or you're 2 for 12, and you just have to block it out.
Well, right here, all Vierling's thinking is get a fastball out over the plate, hit it up the middle.
1-0. Fastball. Low and inside. Strike one.
That's a good take, though. I mean, that ball, you're not going to do much with that ball. That's the ball. Vierling got the ball in on his hands last at bat. He's trying to get something out away from his body. That's where he wants it. He doesn't want to get it in there, jam him up.
Rocchio and Jimenez as good as it gets on the double play. They're shaded up the middle. Fly ball, left center field. This should get the run home. Rogers back. Kwan makes the catch. He will score easily. Rocchio's throw to the plate. Not in time. It's cut off. Rogers scores standing up. 2-0 Tigers. Matt Vierling delivers. Tigers are executing their game plan against Alex Cobb.
That's perfect. Get the ball in the air, just like you talked about all day, Dan. One of the keys to the Tigers' success is to get the ball off the ground. Got the job done. Matt gets one out away from his body. Anytime that sinker's pouring in on your hands, the likelihood of hitting it on the ground is high. He does a good job laying off the one that would have been in on his hands to get the one out away from him.
Riley Green takes first pitch knuckle curve up and away. Cobb again has not pitched since September the 1st. His first start was in August. His second start in August of the year we're talking about. He had a blister issue. He didn't pitch again until September. More blister problems. Away with the splitter. He's pitched in one simulated game since September the 1st. So we are not going to be surprised if the bullpen gets busy early, and Sobrowski is already up and throwing, the rookie left-hander's done a good job. The 2-0 line drive, and it's caught by Jimenez off his shoe tops. He's going to flip to first, but I think he caught it in the air. Green lines out. Tigers add to their lead. The sacrifice fly from Bierling. We head to the fourth inning. Tigers with a 2-0 lead after 3 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Walk and a single to start the inning. Runners still at first and second with 2 away. Here's a 2-1. There's a throw. It's a ball. Was there any doubt? Shohei Ohtani arrives in October with a 3-run home run. Top of his zone tomahawk. He's proven to be inevitable. We saw him tear it up down the stretch. We saw him loosen the lid on his emotions, too. We saw it on that home run.
80 degrees, crystal clear skies. We start the bottom of the first.
And a high fly ball to deep right center field. The Phillies have the lead. And Kyle Schwarber has the Major League season record for leadoff home runs. He now has 14. It is 1-0 Phillies.
What else can you say? The man is just absolutely incredible.
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
It's incredible.
That is a fastball pummeled down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone, and a home run for Tatis, whose mastery over Jack Flaherty continues. He drives the ball right center field. Edman back. It is gone. The Padres tee it off. Second of the game for Tatis, and they've got double digits in game 2.
And a 1-2 to Vientos. Is into left field, down for a base hit. Here comes Bader. He'll score the tying run. Nimmo the other way, and the Mets will take the lead in the 8th. Lindor scores. Alonso adds with a sac fly. Martinez off the bench with an RBI single to extend the New York lead. He sends one in the air, left center field. That will score Iglesias, and a 5-run 8th inning.
How the Shadows in Cleveland with a 4 o'clock start the other day were pretty wicked. And things didn't get better until they could see Class A's delivery in the 9th inning.
Cleveland's tough with the Shadows. The hitter's eye is not quite as good. Here, this hitter's eye is a little better, in my opinion.
Brand Herter facing 5, 6, 7 hitters. Lane Thomas takes fastball for a strike. Nice pickup for the Guardians at the trade deadline from Washington. It's a good athlete, brings a lot of skills to the table. Change up near the outside corner, not really. Called strike 2.
That was a 25-foot plate, wasn't there?
25 inches. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. The 0-2 fastball up, check swing. Did he go? Appealed to first. Todd Titchener says he did not. Fielding at third today, deep and about 3 steps off the line. Sweeney shades toward the hole at short. Keith up the middle, Torque off the line at first, and the outfield plays is ready to pull just slightly. 3-run home run in the 7-0 win in Game 1 for Thomas. Slider sweeps to the back foot. Thomas gets out of the way. Deep in that right-handed batter's box, spreads out, knees slightly flexed, the upper body upright, extends the hands away from the right shoulder as he cocks the bat over it. Sweeping breaking ball away. Did I see a twitch there from Jim Wolf?
Yeah, he's wanting to call them all. I'm just going to call them all.
He stood up. I saw the right shoulder twitch. The 3-2 is swing and a pop-up foul and out of play. Let's pause for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Another fastball fouled out of play. Still 3-2. Thomas much better against lefties. Hits them for average and power. Righties really shut him down. Close to the plate. The 3-2 again. Swinging a ground ball softly to second base. Fastball induces another weak ground ball. Keith fields and flips. One up, one down. Fourth inning, 2-0. Tigers on top. Fourth inning is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Buy, sell, finance, and save. Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, proud hometown partner of the Detroit Tigers. Now you've got a lefty, righty, lefty coming up pocket for Brant Herter. Andres Jimenez shows bunt and takes as he leaves the left-handed batter's box. Takes a perfect slider, the bottom rail for a called strike. The strike one, check swing, foul tip, and it's quickly no balls, 2 strikes. But Andy, thinking about how this game is unfolded, it only happens this way because every pitcher on this staff is used to being used at any time in the game.
That's right, and they can execute. Brant Herter can get righties out. If he couldn't, it wouldn't work.
The 0-2 just off the plate away, about 1.5 foot. Crowd groans. one ball, 2 strikes.
That's getting a little wild. If that one starts getting called, man, I might just leave. I don't know what to do then.
The 1-2 up and in. Fastball, check swing, appeal to third. Nick Marley says he didn't go. But because other teams have seen how A.J. Hinch and this staff have used pitchers over the last 2 months, they see Cater Montero starting today and think, well, he could go long. 2-2, swinging a soft tap foul. And I'm guessing that Stephen Vogt said, well, we know he could bring in Herter, but clearly the way he set his lineup, he wasn't anticipating that.
No. I think you'd think he's going to go 3 or 4 innings.
And because Cater Montero has been used short, long, he knew that he could go to Brant Herter, but that flexibility has been incredible. Soft little jam job pop up to shallow left. Bierling goes back 2 steps onto the outfield grass and gets the out. 2 up, 2 down, 4th inning. Another thing that really impresses with Brant Herter, not just the low ERA, which he has earned with low walks, the soft contact rates. When you see a really low hard hit rate, it tells a story. And his hard hit rate against is really low. Swinging a fly ball, left field, right to Riley Green. 3 steps to his left, makes the catch, has to go back at the last moment, makes the catch. That's a good swing for Giankenzie Noel, but it's the 3rd out in the 4th inning in a 1-2-3-4 for Brant Herter. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning at Comerica Park, Game 3 of the Division Series.
Pitch. A drive to deep left field. This ball is on its way. This ball is gone. The 1-2. Line into right. It's going to drop for a base hit. Gurriel is being waved home. Pham comes through. The Royals take the lead. Through the hole, another base hit. Verdugo fires toward the plate. No play there. And they may tack something on here. Soto fires toward the plate. That's not going to work for them. A 4-run inning for the Royals.
Tigers trying to get one on the road before they return to Detroit. Runner goes, pitch is swung on, a high fly ball to right field. This one is gonna fly! A 3-run home run! Kerry Carpenter! The Tigers up 3-0 as Carpenter, an emphatic, towering fly ball home run into the bleachers in right field. What a moment! 3-2. Ramirez on the ground. That's fair. Kwan is in. Naylor rolls one through. A base hit. Coming in to score is Fried. And he's got 2 of them right here as Lane Thomas turns on one. Deep into left. There she goes. Lane Thomas, a 3-run blast. 5-0 Cleveland before there is an out recorded in this game.
Machado delivers this time. It's 3-1 San Diego. Merrill, center field. Harris back. He can't get it. San Diego has opened it up here in the second. They lead it 5-1. And what a shot from Merrill.
That catches your eye.
Yeah, he can throw it a little bit. He'll work that four-seam up in the zone, got a curveball and a slider. And you'll see he's one of those guys, it's like, fastball probably plays up a little bit from what it will say on the screen. Big guy. Creates a good angle. This will be a test for the Tigers. Just have good at-bats, work the ball back up through the box.
Doesn't throw a lot of first pitch strikes. See if the Tigers can get him into the strike zone. First pitch to Wenzel Perez is a strike. Perez, Keith, Torkelson, 12 2/3 innings, no runs on 6 hits with 4 walks and 19 strikeouts in his first exposure at the major league level. Ground ball to first, and it tips off the glove of Naylor. Rounding first, heading to second is Wenzel Perez. Throw, not in time. Great base running. Naylor let the ball play him, and the Tigers have their leadoff man on at second base to start the fourth.
I think that surprised Naylor. Perez let that ball travel a long way. It was a breaking ball that kind of surprised Wenzel. He let it travel and hit a pretty much routine one-hop ground ball over to Naylor. Like you said, he backed up to get the short hop. Noel didn't even move until the ball was past Naylor. Noel did not even move a muscle until the ball was past Naylor, which allowed Perez to get to second.
And Wenzel Perez, a play right in front of him, read it all the way. Keith batting, first pitch, slider down and away, swing and a miss. Sabrowski in the minor leagues, 49 innings of work. He really struggled with his walks. He has cut those walks significantly in his early innings at the major league level. Checks Perez, the strike one. Soft ground ball foul. You could tell Keith trying to turn on the fastball and get that runner over to third. Tigers play a little small ball last inning. They're pretty good at it. The ability to manufacture a run, but it's because of base running like we just saw from Perez.
Now you're going for contact. Get a ball in play somewhere, see if you can make something happen.
The 0-2 bounces. Slider, hard slider in the dirt, down and away. Keith with a fly ball to left his first time up. Outfield plays him to go the opposite way. Noel standing in the light tower, shadows in right. Center fielder Thomas shades to left center. Kwan's way over and in and left. The 1-2 bounces the curveball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
If he can't find the off speed, it'll be a long day there. He's going to have to throw that 92-mile-an-hour fastball a little more than he maybe wants to.
Hasn't faced many lefties, this lefty. Working third base side of the rubber, just 2 for 13 for lefties against Sabrowski. The 2-2, up and in. Colt Keith leans back and falls out of that left-handed batter's box. Again, this is a guy who really struggled with his command in the minor leagues. Checks Perez. The pitch, swing and a miss. Pulled off the slider down and away, and Keith strikes out.
That's a good pitch. Hard slider away. Looked like a fastball out of the hand. By the time Colt went to offer at it, the ball just kept moving away from his body.
That brings up Torkelson. Brings us to Dollars on deck. Second baseman Jimenez trying to shorten the lead of Perez at second. And Sabrowski will turn and look him back to the bag. No throw. Yes, Spencer Torkelson gets a hit. Northfield Lumber will donate to Detroit Blightbusters. Northfield Lumber is Michigan's #1 Trex dealer. 2-0 Tigers are in the bottom of the fourth inning. First pitch, swing and a foul over the screen. We're seeing those signs from Spencer Torkelson. He hasn't done much in the postseason. Still looking for his first postseason hit. He did hit a deep fly ball to right center the other day in Cleveland. I thought that was a good sign. We haven't seen a lot of that, though. That's when you know he's at his best. taking the ball the other way. Big part of the field, as he likes to talk about. Fastball jams him, but it's on the inside edge. Properly called the strike by Jim Wolf. A skinny light tower shadow is right behind home plate. That shadow will stay behind home for the time being. Won't cause any problems. The roofline shadows is when things will get interesting later in the game. 2-0 Tigers in the fourth. Sabrowski checks Perez once, twice. Fastball high and tight. Torkelson leans back out of the way. Outfield plays him almost straight up. They shift to the left just a step or two. Breeze to left field has definitely boosted a fly ball. See if Torkelson can get one up in the air. The 1-2. Big curveball way up and away. 2 big misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You can see Sabrowski looks a little frustrated with some of his offerings. He's bound to miss something middle.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. Curveball down, got Torkelson.
You know how you hit that curveball, Dan?
Hit the fastball before it?
Yeah, hit the 0-0 fastball. That's the best way to hit that curveball. That's pretty wicked. That's good 12-6 action on it. And this is a guy, they haven't faced.
Yeah.
When you haven't faced a guy, it's kind of a funky arm action. He kind of short arms it a little bit, kind of curls it up with the breaking ball.
That brings up Trey Sweeney. And again, Sabrowski will step off. Look back to second base. No throw. Perez at second with 2 outs now. Sweeney took a called third from the starter, Alex Cobb, first time up. Upright, relaxed stance, slightly open. First pitch, slider in the dirt, ball 1. Outfield plays him almost straight up. In Cleveland, the outfielders for the Guardians, and we see this on the road sometimes, they don't move a whole lot. They've been moving a little more actively in this ballpark in the early innings.
Noel's out there playing no doubles. He's about at the warning track.
Swing and a miss. Slider bottom rail, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's really incredibly deep.
Yeah, you give me the binoculars, I might be able to see him.
I got some.
Yeah. I mean, I need the 10x42s to see him.
Sweeney waiting on a 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. That's a really good curveball. We can now say that definitively.
When it's in that spot right there, that's a tough pitch. It's one of those, because out of the hand, it looks like it's coming in hot. And then at the end, man, it's got a lot of late break, and it's only 80 miles an hour.
Now the 1-2. Swinging a fly ball, left center field. Playable for Kwan. He came in. Now he has to go back and reach up, make the catch. Whoa, he almost misplayed it. They are not reading this wind. And that ball almost carried over Kwan's head. In the end, he makes a fine running catch. Good swing for Sweeney. It's the 3rd out of the 4th. Tigers get their leadoff man on at second base. Perez does not advance past second. We head to the 5th inning. 2-0 Tigers on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
You don't like to brag, but you're a pretty impressive person. You're detail-oriented, have a great work ethic, and you're a great communicator.
Fly ball to right field, sending Fernando back towards the wall. He leaps and makes the catch. Fernando made the grab and right. Why? Because he is Fernando. Time the lead, brings it down. Says no.
Get ready for another bobblehead. That's a platinum glove at work. A good old-fashioned snatch it back.
In this photo of Blue Jays fans.
Vlad Guerrero Jr. is not containable.
3 home run lines for Vladdy, and it's gone! There it is, right there. Leaping grab made by Guerrero.
He is doing things that we don't see come around very often.
Get up, Bug, get out of here, and grand slam.
That you can feel from opposing managers when they play the Tigers. Opposing players.
Bo Naylor batting, first pitch fastball up and in, and then as soon as A.J. Hinch lets Stephen Vogt know, again, all he has to do is let him know who the first pitcher is. As soon as he let him know, then he waits for the lineup and then plans accordingly, swinging a pop-up off the bat of Naylor right to first base. Torkelson just next to the bag, 10 feet, makes the catch. One up, one down. Fifth inning is brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. One up and one down. Bo Brisky now getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. So if he's up and throwing right now, you can just about bet he comes in starting with Fry, and that Herder would get to face the lefty Kwan, but that Brisky will get the 2, 3, 4 hitters and maybe more. Rocchio tries to bunt his way on, bunts it fouled on the first baseline. There's a skinny portion of the dual light tower shadows that is crossing home plate at the moment. As a hitter, Andy, I'm guessing that doesn't really bother you because the ball's coming into shadow right at home plate on the back door. Slider for a called strike, or can this be a distraction?
No. The ball, you've already made up your mind long before the ball gets in that little shady.
Yeah.
If you wait till it gets in that shadow, you're way late.
The 0-2 swinging a line drive, base hit over Torkelson, who leaped, coming over to field that Perez. He gets it into Colt Keith, who down to second base as Keith let it go to Sweeney. Rocchio's been a tough out. He's not had a good year, but now 3 for 9 in the 3 games of this series, and he's hit some line drives. He's had good swings.
Yeah, those are guys in the lineup, you can kind of take your attention off of a little bit as pitcher and leave something out over the plate. That's a 2-seam up a little bit.
Herder came in to start the second inning, gave up a couple of singles to start that inning, and stranded those 2 runners. Swinging a soft line drive into left, that's going to drop up for a base hit off the bat of Kwan. Rocchio will check in at second base. Riley Green, quick little bobble, but he picked it up, recovered quickly, and that will be the end of the day for for Brad Herder. Kwan with a single, his second of the game. It's runners at first and second, and that is the jam that Bo Brisky will inherit.
AJ's ready to bring in 100. Enough of the messing around. Let's bring in the 98.
Brisky coming on while the Tigers make the change. 2-0 lead in the fifth. We'll pause for these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Rocket met with first-time home buyers to get real about buying a home.
When you don't understand the process, you don't know what steps to take.
Money is just scary to begin with.
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
It's incredible.
And a 1-2 to Vientos is into left field, down for a base hit. Here comes Bader. He'll score the tying run. Nimmo the other way, and the Mets will take the lead in the 8th. Lindor scores. Alonso adds with a sac fly. Martinez off the bench with an RBI single to extend the New York lead. He sends one in the air, left center field. That will score Iglesias, and a 5-run 8th inning.
Payoff pitch. High fly ball out towards right center field. Pete Crow Armstrong at the wall. Jumps. And he made the catch. Oh, baby. Pete Crow Armstrong steals a homer. And
He's the Middle Law Firm, lawyers who support the community. Bo Brisky takes over on the mound. Pitching change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Daniela Bruce has moved locations. She's now down right at the end of that Tigers dugout. Danielle, a great vantage point for you, but you had a chance to talk with Bo Brisky. He had been used as an opener for a lot in August and September, then more in the leverage role, and he's enjoying this role.
Yeah, he's really embracing it, and like most Tigers bullpen guys will tell you, is that they're going to throw the ball when their name is called, right? They've been called in many different situations, a lot of them have, but I talked to him about the uptick that we've seen in his stuff as of late, and he pointed to halfway through the season, he felt like he really started to feel like himself again, but you even saw more from him within the last month of the season.
David Fry swings and misses at a fastball at the belt. First pitch that Brisky throws, strike one.
And what he told me is that this stuff from him has always been there. This is how he throws the baseball. This is how he pitches. But he was able to change his mentality and his approach to pitching and kind of come in with a...
Fastball just misses a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
He came in with a more aggressive mentality is the way that he described it, and try not to be too perfect. You trust the stuff that you have, and now that he's been able to shake some of the mental side of it, he feels like he's been a much better and more aggressive pitcher.
Just better and better as the season's gone on, swinging a soft tap foul. That's the sinker at 96, bottom rail, 2 on, 1 out. That is the jam that Bo Brisky inherits. Tigers pitchers, the late inning leverage guys, have done an outstanding situation stranding inherited runners this year, and Bo Brisky is kind of leading that core. He's inherited 18 base runners, and only 3 have come around to score. The 1-2 is swing and a miss. Got him! Slider down and away.
Sped him up to slow him down. Went upstairs with a 4-seam. Went the sinker down. Got him out in front of that. Fry just no chance at that pitch. He's geared up for 98-mile-an-hour 4-seam. Slider away. See ya. This is a matchup here. This is the one, Dan.
Jose Ramirez at the plate. First pitch. He starts him off with a changeup middle of the plate.
About had a heart attack watching that ball float in there. Good night.
Ramirez not expecting that.
Neither was I.
2 on, 2 outs, 2-0 Tigers in the 5th. The strike one. Change up away, a hard change up away. We've seen Bo Brisky up to triple digits, 100. Talked to him about that in Baltimore on that last road trip, and he says it's just when everything is synced up and the body's moving the way I want it to move, everything in sync. The 1-1, swinging a foul over the screen, pours 97 in. We know major leaguers can hit 97, but Andy, this is special on days when Bo Brisky's on.
Yeah, it is. If he could throw 100 up right now, he's probably got him. Throw 100 up or change up down out of the zone.
Crowd on their feet waving the towels.
Bringing the heat.
The 1-2, swing and a fly ball to center field off the changeup, deep but playable. Meadows underneath it, makes the catch. And Bo Brisky does the job again. Strands 2 that he inherited. Tigers bat in the 5th inning with a 2-0 lead. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
It's time to...
Second, nobody out for Manny Machado. Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez looking up. Manny Machado stands alone as the Padres' all-time home run leader. Man, oh man, oh Manny, you are number 1 in Padres history. 2-run shot, 429 feet, and history tonight in Seattle.
Swing and a drive, deep toward left. Number 2,000, a home run. Paul Goldschmidt's first career hit came in 2011 against Matt Cain. Number 1,000 against German Marquez and the Colorado Rockies 7 years ago. And tonight, July 26, 2024, number 2,000 against Kyle Finnegan, a 2-run homer.
Fly ball, a pop-up really, down the right field line in foul territory. Oh, what an effort by Jimenez as he goes flying into the netting. Jimenez caught that ball and got it back into the infield.
Unbelievable.
no fear whatsoever, and they have called for the trainer to come down there. He is still into the seating area.
Oh, that play flagged down by Hoskins. Leads over to Payuk. Save. We're tied up at 4. Vientos slices one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Grounds one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead.
And they did in game 1 in Cleveland, but the opener strategy doesn't work unless that first guy gets outs. And the Tigers, until that game 1 in Cleveland, since they went to the opener strategy for 3 different starters, their openers had given up 7 runs in 35 innings of work. And it was just a handful of hits in those 35 innings. Jake Rogers takes curveball in the dirt from the impressive young lefty. We've only seen him for 1 inning of work. He was not on this Cleveland roster when the Tigers last faced Cleveland in July. Eric Sabrowski, big guy, works over toward the third base side of the rubber. The 1-0. Jake Rogers takes a curveball low. That looks like his best pitch. Jake Rogers, though, is locked in right now.
He is locked. He's been hitting fastballs. You throw Jake Rogers a fastball, he'll whack it right now.
2-0.
Just not that one. All the other ones he'd hit. He just didn't like that one. The 91, kind of middle. He didn't want that one, Dan. He wants that one in a little bit.
The 2-1. Low and inside.
Oh, he's milking him. He's milking him for a walk. Now he wants the 3-1 fastball. Right?
Skinny light tower shadow has just crossed in front of home plate. Sabrowski from the stretch holds a glove at the belt. The 3-1 swing and a cue job.
Maybe he
kicks off to the right.
He just hits 99 now. It's got to be 100. The Jake hit. He turns the 100 around. The 91 looks like a changeup.
He's not on it.
Yeah.
Sabrowski's not given up a run yet at the major league level in 13 2/3. The 3-2 he takes. Ball 4, tosses the bat away with a backhand flip.
Get out of here with your puny stuff, says Jake Rogers as he scampers down to first base, mustache well intact.
I do think of how Jake Rogers has been running the bases as such an example of how infectious the first to third mentality becomes.
He's the leader for that whole movement.
Right?
Because if they're like, if Jake can do it, there's no, I got to.
Parker Meadows showed bunt. Looked like he wanted to pull the bat back, but never quite did. It's strike 1. Ramirez was charging hard from third base. This bunt will have to go to the right side with as aggressively as Meadows aggressively as Ramirez is charging. Meadows tries to bunt, bunts it foul on the ground behind home plate. He has worked hard on his bunt. He's trying to bunt for a base hit right here. I mean, if he was trying to bunt for a sacrifice, you think, well, I guess he did turn, but...
Yeah, the key to that, there's 2 ways. If you're going to bunt for a hit against a lefty, you're going to bring that back foot forward. You can see he just kind of squared up and couldn't decide if he wanted to go to third or first, got caught in between.
Now waiting on the 0-2. Checks his swing, pitch in the dirt, appeal to third. He did not go, says Nick Marley. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But again, it's something that he has worked hard on. Tim Herron is up and throwing in the Cleveland bullpen. Another tough lefty. Meadows now waiting on a 1-2. On the way, swing and a tap foul right at home plate off the catcher Naylor. 2 of the better defensive teams, and we have certainly seen in the 0-0 game to the 9th inning the other day, the game the Tigers won 3-0, the importance of good defense is just there's strengths all around, and it matters in the postseason. We've talked about a home run prevention matters. Limiting the extra base hits matters. You can't walk batters. And the Tigers and Guardians both do all of those things at a very high level, but you have to play fundamentally sound, tight defense. The 1-2 Swinging a fly ball, left field. Kwan back to his left. Through the light tower shadows, makes the catch. He'll throw to second base and hold Rogers at first. Meadows flies out deep to left field. I would love to see somebody, a right-handed batter, get that ball up in the air to left. And we might see that right now because Justin Henry Malloy has grabbed a bat. And he will pinch hit for Kerry Carpenter. These are the kinds of moves that A.J. Hinch made early in the year, and people are like, what? What are you doing? And then the more he did it, the more the players got used to it. It's all part of the buy-in. And he talks about it all the time, Andy, that you've got the guy who just got pinch hit for at the top step cheering on the guy who's pinch hitting for him. And that's when you know you've got the buy-in from everybody on this roster.
Yeah, that's the way the team plays. And it's the team concept. Jay Hinn's been hitting lefties well. Got a couple hits yesterday, or 2 days ago. Was hitting left. He got, I think, a walk and a hit. And this is where, as a player, you know that your coach has confidence in you in big spots. Like if you're Justin Henry Malloy, you're pinch hitting for the guy who hit the big home run. That means, hey, coach has got some confidence in me here. Skip thinks I can do this. Who am I to say I can't?
They're going to make a change here. We're going to keep it right here because this is fun to think the...
Strike three. It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way. 105.5.
I can't believe my eyes.
No, that's not even on the FM dial.
That was unreal.
I don't even know if I want to high five him. He might not be rated the next week.
Well, light your hand on fire at least. 105.5. Punch out Tommy Edman.
Electric. You get to see amazing plays get made by some of the best baseball players on the planet. Huge at bats. Pitchers coming in doing things that they normally wouldn't do because their adrenaline's up. Hitters hitting balls further than they've ever hit them.
I'm fascinated by how the postseason is playing out right now. National League, the Mets, the Phillies, the Padres, the Dodgers, they're all bombing the ball right now.
Yeah.
And their late inning relievers are struggling. American League, it's completely different.
It's the opposite.
Royals shut down the Yankees the other day. Their bullpen's much improved. Tigers, Guardians, there's not much scoring going on and probably won't be for however long this series goes. What we're seeing in the National League, guys who don't give up home runs are giving up home runs. Heron doesn't give up many home runs. We're talking about extra base hits and the importance of them. Fastball up and away to Justin Henry Malloy, ball one. Heron shuts down lefties, shuts down righties. He's just tougher on lefties. Malloy is having a very good postseason. Swinging a line drive down the left field line, deep and foul. Whoa, he was on a four-seam fastball, 94, and he ripped it well foul, but deep. You mentioned it. Justin Henry Malloy is having good at-bats in the postseason.
Yeah, he is. He probably won't see a heater for a minute. Curveball, slider.
4 for 6 so far. Off the plate, down and away. With the walk for Justin Henry Malloy.
Aaron likes that curveball.
Rogers short cautiously at first. The pitch down below the strike zone. Daniela, you would like to jump in this at-bat.
Yeah, I was just noticing Jahan the past couple of innings, while we know that the pitchers are changing on the other side, he is talking to every Tigers hitter that started this game.
3-1, up and away, draws a walk.
And like I said, I know it's different pitching, but we know how locked any bench player on this team has to stay. And he was talking to Matt Vierling. I saw him having a conversation with Parker Meadows, even though he's a lefty, just maybe getting a feel for what they're seeing out there, whether that could be shadow, sun, anything of that nature. So you know how locked he stayed and ready for that at-bat to come up in that situation.
That's awesome, Danielle. I love having you down there by the dugout. Those are the kinds of conversations that take place that mean so much. Matt Vierling takes a pitch in the dirt, but Andy, this is why this team, talk about it all the time, the whole's greater than the sum of the parts because how the parts are all interacting.
And they can put a bat on you. Like Justin's at bat right there. Turns that heater around. Then he was scared right out of the zone.
What you talk about all the time? Hit the fastball.
Now he's got to go to plan B in a hurry. And he's in plan B. He's coming in. He's in a big spot. All of a sudden now I can't find my curveball. I'm falling behind counts. Pressure mounts. And this is what the Tigers have done. They just put pressure on opposing pitchers. They put pressure on opposing defense. They put pressure on the opposing manager, on the opposing pitching staff, the coaches. It's not a comfortable team to play. It's like that, the thorn in your foot. You just get, it's uncomfortable. The rock in your shoe.
That's it.
They're the rock in the shoe.
That could be another T-shirt. We're the rock.
We're the rock in your shoe. That is.
Quick conversation. Carl Willis out. Bullpen busy for the Guardians. The 1-0 to Vierling, swinging a high fly ball left field. Wind pushes it a little, but not enough. Quan in the shadow of the light towers makes the catch. Gets the throw in toward third. That'll be the second out of the fifth inning, and leave it up to Riley Green. Well, we wanted to see a righty get the ball up in the air to left, but doesn't feel like the wind boosted that as much as it had some other balls earlier.
Just got under it a tick. It got in on him a tick. See if Riley can come up big again. He did his first at bat.
2-0 Tigers are in the fifth inning. 2 on, 2 outs. The first pitch. Fastball inner half of the plate. Will tell you how tough Herron is against lefties just because we say this all the time and then we see lefties or righties with big at-bats. Lefties have hit 140 in their 90 at-bats against Tim Herron. The strike one. Off the plate and in. Big improvement for Riley Green this year was against left-handed pitching. As he said, Michael Bardar told me the goal this year is to dominate lefties. And it took a minute, but then he started hitting with lefties with power early in the season. The 1-1, high and tight. I do not understand the strike zone from Jim Wolf. That's on the inside edge, and it's a ball. I mean, that's right there. Morgan and Walters, 2 righties. Up and throwing for Cleveland. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. That's a really good slider down.
Tough pitch to handle. Especially that arm angle he creates, kind of throwing. He starts over on the third base side, throws across his body, ends up over on the first base side.
Extreme third base side of the rubber. Big tall lefty on the rubber. Tim Herron steps off. Crowd boos. 6'6", 230-pound lefty will settle back in third base side. Rogers at second, Henry at first. The 2-2, up and in, missed badly with a 90-mile-an-hour sinker. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That'll loosen the base runners.
Watch that slider. Watch that slider or breaking ball.
You see Green sink into his stance a little. 3-2, swing and a tap foul. He was ready for it. Got the sinker, pulled it foul, but you could see him kind of get down into his stance just a little more.
Got to let the ball travel a little bit. He's not going to blow you away with the heater. But he's liable to throw that slider or breaking ball here, too.
Rogers takes his lead at second. Henry at first. They're off the 3-2. Swinging a little flare into left field. Coming in, Quan. He's going to make the catch. Played him perfectly in just a little bit, and that little flare stayed up long enough for him to run underneath it. Green flies out to Quan in left. Tigers strand 2. We're through 5 in Game 3 of the American League Division Series. Tigers hold on to a 2-0 lead.
I was glad to see Luis wanted to hit.
Yeah, I can't see him sitting out.
Is this going to
get in there?
It will.
Same where the other went the other night. Two of them. He had a double and a triple on that same spot the other night. And he's got himself a double here to lead it off.
And look at his teammates. I think his teammates know as well. They want that ball. Get that ball back in. It's worth another look. Change up and away to the pull side.
Now it's time for Who Can It Be? We're going to show you a childhood photo of a big leaguer. Can you guess who it is? Cortez.
80 degrees, crystal clear skies. We start the bottom of the first.
And a high fly ball to deep right center field. The Phillies have the lead. And Kyle Schwarber has the Major League season record for leadoff home runs. He now has 14. It is 1-0 Phillies.
What else can you say? The man is just absolutely incredible.
2-0 pitch. A drive to deep left field. This ball is on its way. This ball is gone. The 1-2. Line into right. It's going to drop for a base hit. Gurriel is being waved home. Pham comes through. The Royals take the lead. Through the hole, another base hit. Verdugo fires toward the plate. No play there. And they may tack something on here. Soto fires toward the plate. That's not going to work for them. A 4-run inning for the Royals. 5-5 in the seventh. The Yankees are now 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position in this game. Base hit to left. Chisholm can fly. He rounds third and heads for the plate. He would have beaten the throw anyway. It squirts away from Perez. And the Yankees jump back in front, 6-5.
Verdugo now has a couple of hits, been on base 3 times. He scored a couple of runs, and he drives in the go-ahead run here with another base hit to left field. Chisholm was flying.
Between innings, so he was sitting on the bench. Him and Chris Fetter had a very quick conversation. Fett sat down next to him, and then you notice Fett started sliding further and further away down the bench, but they were still having conversation. So it was a very interesting interaction between the two of them. And Bo had his shoulder warm in his hoodie, and him and Fetter were going back and forth that whole inning.
Swinging a high fly ball, shallow left field. Riley Green waving his arms. He will come into left center and make the catch. Josh Naylor, always big to get him out. Soft fly ball to left field. Out number 1 on 1 pitch here in the 6th inning. Boy, that's big.
Yeah, he's going with the changeup against those lefties. Getting them out in front. Everybody knows now that Bo Brisky throws really hard. So everybody's ready for something really hard, and he's been dumping that changeup in there with effectiveness.
Lane Thomas, midway in that right-handed batter's box. Slightly open stance, tucks that left shoulder in, extends the hands away from the right shoulder as he cocks the bat over it. He takes first pitch fastball, strike 1. Fastball is cruising 94-95 today. But look out, 97 and 98 is right there in the back pocket. From the stretch, the strike 1. Fastball low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-0 Tigers. We're in the 6th inning. Strikeout update is brought to you again by Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers. Tigers and Guardians have been racking up the strikeouts in the first 2 games of this series. Fastball low and away, and Jim Wolf's beginning. That's the first sign that we have that he's started to tighten up the strike zone.
Yeah, about 22 inches. He's got it from 25 to 22. Let's see if he can get it to 17.
The pitch, fastball outer half for a called strike to make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Cleveland so far has struck out 4 Tigers batters. Tigers have struck out 2. The pitch, swinging a ground ball to third base, backhanded near the line by Vierling. Takes a moment, plants, throws, perfect strike to Torkelson. 2 up, 2 down, 6th inning. Sean Gunther, a lefty, getting loose in the Tigers bullpen. It's been Montero for an inning, 6 pitches, a big, though, scoreless first inning. Brand Herder, 3 1/3, no runs on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. O'Brisky now 4 up, 4 down to the most dangerous part of this order. Andres Jimenez takes the pitch a little bit low. 1 for 8 in the 3 games now for Jimenez. Tough year at the plate. The upside is he can get on base and steal a base. The power numbers are way off. The production way off the last 2 years. Swinging a pop-up on the changeup. He's getting weak swings on the changeup to lefties.
Yeah, they are hunting that fastball way out from the changeup.
2-0 Tigers in the 6th inning. Brisky trying to make it a quick 1-2-3, 6 to 1-1. Fastball, bottom rail, strike 2. Two-strike count. Crowd rises to its feet. Jimenez will step out, take a moment before he digs back in. Very aggressive hitter. You can get him to swing on anything close. The 1-2, fastball, head high, probably not there.
Little too high.
A little too high. Roofline shadow advancing toward that first base line. It'll become an issue in the next couple of innings. Lefty Jimenez waiting. Brisky sets the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the fastball in. 5 up, 5 down for Bo Brisky. 2 through 6 hitters over 2 innings.
A 4-pitch walk to Soto, and they're loaded for Aaron Judge. Judge cranks one, deep left field, a grand slam, and the Yankees have the lead. Right on cue. He snaps his longest homerless drought, and just like that, the Yankees are in front. What a shot that was. What a moment. Here's Alonso now. Lindor at third, Nimmo at first. The pitch. Swing and a ball drilled. Right field. Freeling back. At the wall. Out of here! It's out of here! Alonso an opposite field home run. And the Mets have the lead. Pete Alonso, the polar bear, takes Devin Williams deep. And here in the 9th, the comeback kids have done it again.
Profar at second, nobody out for Manny Machado. Machado hits one to right center field. Back goes Rodriguez, looking out! Manny Machado stands alone as the Padres' all-time home run leader. Man, oh man, oh Manny, you are number 1 in Padres history. 2-run shot, 429 feet, and history tonight in Seattle.
Broken now, right field, and Gunnar Henderson has gone yard again to start the game. And with that, Gunnar Henderson holds the new single-season title for home runs by an Orioles shortstop. Move over Cal and move over Miguel Tejada. It's now Gunnar Henderson's world.
Single scored him with 2 outs in the first. Added a big run in the 3rd inning. Rogers double. Meadows ground ball got him to 3rd. After an intentional walk to Carpenter, Matt Building with a sacrifice fly to get the 2nd run home. Tigers will now try to add to their lead against the righty Eli Morgan. As a starter his first year in the major leagues, had little success. Since he has moved to the bullpen, this has been a real weapon for Terry Francona the last 2 years and for Stephen Vogt this year. Righty pitching to Wenzel Perez, swinging a ground ball foul. He starts him off with a slider down and in, strike one.
Yeah, he'll throw that heater up, too. He likes the heater up. He'll throw the changeup down, the slider down.
The strike one, swing and a foul straight back.
There's that fastball. He's got a good four seam. It kind of plays up a little bit.
It does.
You know, it says 93, but it feels more like 95, 96.
And it has just played better out of the bullpen for Eli Morgan. The 0-2, down and in as a starter that first year. Walk rate of 2, strikeout rate of 8 per 9. Walks have gone up a little bit out of the bullpen, but last year had a strikeout rate of 10 per 9. This year in 42 innings of work, tougher to hit. The strikeouts have dropped a little bit. The 1-2, up and away. Walk rate is still low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Perez followed by Keith and Torkelson. 44,885 for the game today. 2-2, swing and a miss. Flat-footed flail of the changeup away. Perez strikes out. This is the largest postseason crowd in Comerica Park history.
Yeah, they got that standing room only now. The only person that's not happy about these numbers is the fire marshal. Everybody else ecstatic.
They shoehorned them in, didn't they?
Well, they got the standing room ever since they opened the standing room up there. And look at them standing. I mean, they're on top of one another.
Cole Keith swings, and it's a high fly ball deep and foul, well foul. Man, he hit that a mile. Way down the right field line.
Yeah, he jumped that heater.
I don't know. Just feel like Colt Keith might be on the verge of some really good at-bats. The strike one. In the dirt. Changeup bounces.
When do you have feelings like that? Like at breakfast, you're kind of like eating some Wheaties and like, you know what?
It's just something. I don't know.
Feeling it? You're feeling it.
When
you're feeling it, you're feeling it.
The 1-1, high and tight. Fastball has him leaning back out of the way. Yeah, you just got to go read and react. I think that's what AJ would say.
Read and react. Well, you know Cole can hit a fastball, and he likes these fastballs up a little bit.
The 2-1, swinging a line drive down the right field line, base hit. Might be extra bases because Noel was really deep. No, Keith will turn and hold. They remember Noel's arm. Throwing out Justin Henry Malloy on a similar ball in Cleveland. Line drive single for Colt Keith here in the 6th.
That's that little changeup, and I like it when Dan gets a feeling. When Dan gets a feeling, the guy gets a hit. Get some more feelings, Dan, because I like that. You said it. It maybe could have tried to stretch it too, but with the arm out there of Noel, take your base hit.
Roofline shadow about to cross that first baseline. Torkelson at the plate. First pitch from Morgan. Swinging a foul out of play. Slider away, and you could tell he was trying to take it to right. Strike one.
Yeah, it gets tough whenever if you're missing pitches early in the count. You get against some of these guys, especially in the postseason, man. They're going to throw their best pitches once they get ahead. And then it becomes a real battle. And get away from perfect. Just get some solid contact somewhere out in the green.
Strike one, up and in. Almost clipped his jersey. It went by the catcher Naylor, though, and down to second goes Keith. It did not hit Torkelson. Count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers trying to add to a 2-0 lead in the 6th inning. They've got a man at second base with 1 out.
Kind of an awkward play, wasn't it?
Really was.
Looked like it was going to hit Torque. He jumped out of the way last second.
Naylor thought he had it.
Yeah, Naylor thought he had it.
Jimenez shades up the middle, trying to shorten that lead of Keith at second base. The 1-1. Bounced the changeup. Good hitters count for Torkelson, who has struck out twice today. Cade Smith, the rookie righty weapon, up and throwing for Cleveland. Morgan's 2-1, swinging a line drive down the left field line, hooking toward the corner. Fair ball! Keith will score. Torkelson around first. He's heading to second. 3-0 Tigers in the 6th.
He went with the heater. Torkelson's had a few struggles in the postseason, but comes up huge right there. That's a fastball up, and he jumps it. It was about 93 mile an hour. Sucks the hands in, gets on top of it, hooks it down the line, and now the Indians are in full panic mode.
Carl Willis visit out to the mound. Oh, that's got to feel so good for Torkelson. 0 for 14. First hit of the postseason. And really, one of the first balls that he has hit hard.
Well, he got a good advantage count, looking to get the head out on a fastball. He got the fastball. Didn't miss it.
Oh, this crowd, this is so fun. They've been waiting so long. And you were here 11, 12, 13. You know what those crowds are like. There's a little extra in this crowd today.
There is. You can tell, man. This has been bottling anticipation, wanting a team to come out and get after it and root for. And these guys, if there's a team you want to root for, this has got to be one of the all-time teams, the underdog, the coming out of nowhere, the young kids playing on the biggest stage.
Never been a team like it, I would argue. Half the roster is rookies. Trey Sweeney at the plate, one of those 13 rookies on the roster. He takes a fastball in. Shortstop Rocchio keeping an eye on Torkelson. The outfield just about straight up. Shadows now creeping onto the field and right. The 1-0. Low with the fastball. 2-0 on Sweeney.
They got him on the ropes now, Dan. This is where they've been working him. Jab, jab, jab. They could put a knockout blow in this inning on this Cleveland team.
Sweeney now waiting on a 2-0 from Morgan on the way. Half cut swing and a miss.
What was that? It was like the eephus change. This is a 78 lob ball. Sweeney started swinging it. The ball stopped.
He almost left the left-handed batter's box.
All right, well, lock it back in here.
Upright, relaxed stance, feet close together, slightly open. The 2-1, swing and a miss. And he missed the fastball up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That got his brain in a jumble once that weird floating changeup. Now he's like, okay, now you got to relock back in here. Hit the ball back up the middle, hit it the other way, let it travel a little bit, fight off the fastball.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. He stayed with a changeup, back to it. Strikes out Sweeney. 2 outs, man on second. 3-0 Tigers in the 6th. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. That will be the end of the day for Eli Morgan. Man at second, 2 outs. His day is done. Cade Smith is coming on, constructing the future.
High fly ball, left field. Cowser back. He's on the track. See ya! Home run number 58. A towering drive.
Judge hit an unbelievably high drive. We waited, and it came down in the visitors' bullpen. A judgy at last. All right, here comes the judge.
Charlie heads out, began his Rockies career in center field, gonna end it the same way.
Charlie with a base hit. Gotta love it. Make sure you get that baseball, too.
Good for Charlie. Base hit in his final at bat. I'm sure that played into Buddy's decision.
Charlie Blackmon's career as a Rocky has come to an end. And here is the standing ovation yet again.
Because an all-star team needs an all-star truck. Finish your season off strong in a built Ford Tough F-150. Only from your neighborhood Michigan Ford dealer.
Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery or pizza portal pickup. Cade Smith has appeared now in all 3 games for Cleveland. He's been brought on in the 5th inning in the first 2 games. He's being brought on the 6th inning here to get the final out and probably work at least the 7th. Jake Rogers swings and misses at a fastball up, strike 1. The roofline shadows have now crossed home plate and crossed that first base line, and they are going to become a problem for hitters starting right about now. The strike 1, swinging a foul to the screen. Right now, a pitch is being delivered from Sunshine through a skinny little shadow 10 feet in front of the mound. Bright sunshine, though, all the way to home plate. That shadow's about 10 feet in front of home plate. As it gets toward the mound, you would think quite tricky for hitters. The 0-2, swing and a miss. Wiped him out with a sweeper down and away. Rogers strikes out. Spencer Torkelson, after the key single and a big wild pitch, doubles him home, and the Tigers add to their lead. We head to the 7th inning. 3-0 Tigers after 6 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Rocket met with first-time home buyers to get real about...
The 1-2. That's in the air left field. That's trouble. Jankowski back. And a magic catch. Oh my goodness, what a grab. He brings the game back. You just saw Major League thievery right there. Unbelievable.
Our hearts stopped for a second. You're thinking this ball has a chance to get out.
He's on the track. See ya! Home run number 58. A towering drive.
Judge hit an unbelievably high drive. We waited, and it came down in the visitors' bullpen. A judgment blast. All right, here comes the judge. That is a fastball pummeled down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is gone. And a home run for Tatis, whose mastery over Jack Flaherty continues. He drives the ball right center field. Edman back. It is gone. The Padres tee it off. Second of the game for Tatis. And they've got double digits in game 2. The pitch. He struck him out. And the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals, who lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year, not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row.
Then you'll probably have like a Will Vest sighting. Something along those lines.
Gunther has grown in importance. Think of the game 2 in Houston where he got the 2, 3, 4, 5 hitters out in the 7th and 8th innings to get the game to Vest in the 9th. First pitch fastball to Noel, strike 1. Big start, 13 home runs, basically a home run every 10 at-bats through his first 126 at-bats, and then a really poor finish. 6 for 53 finish. He can draw a walk to get on base, but it's a lot of swing and miss in this bat. The 1-1 on the outside edge. Boy, he's using that changeup so effectively. He's just freezing these hitters. They're ready to be on the fastball, and they're not getting it.
Timing's off. Their foot's getting down too early. And your body just kind of shuts down because the ball's not there when you're ready to go to swing.
And that roofline shadow is now playing big. The 1-2, low and away. Fastball misses. 2-2 on Noel. Pitcher is standing in bright sunshine. The mound is in sunshine. Bo Brisky releases the ball in moments and instants after it's released. It's into shadow all the way to home plate. The 2-2, swing and a foul over the screen. So, Andy, it becomes hard to hit now. And even when the mound gets covered by shadow, it's bright sunshine out to the batter's eye. It still can be very tricky.
Yeah, the ball's just dark. It's hard to pick up spin. Can't really see the seams. There's no dot on the ball in the slider. Just looks like a darkish, blackish orb coming at you.
Not a good feeling. 2-2. Up with a slider that misses badly up and away. Three and 2 on Noel. 3-0 Tigers in the 7th. Brisky from the stretch, the 3-2. Swing and a line foul into the netting down the left field line. They went change up, down and in. 7th inning is brought to you by General RV, Michigan's premier RV dealer for sales, service, and parts. Noel waiting, tucks the hands in tight below the right shoulder. 3-2, bottom rail, got him. Generous call from Jim Wolf. He hasn't expanded low this entire game. Bo Brisky benefits from an expansion here in the 7th.
Look at that ball right up at the end. Jake Rogers does a nice job getting that thumb underneath it, popping it. Noel didn't like it. Jake Rogers loves it. Great job, Bo Brisky.
Listen to the hand for Bo Brisky. Tigers are going to their pen. We'll keep it right here because this is just too much fun.
But you see the with the step.
There's a swing and a high fly ball towards the right field corner. Fair or foul towards the pole. It's off the pole and gone. Pavin Smith, his 5th of the year. Pavin swings. That's belted. Deep left field. Alvarez turns, walks. It's gone.
A grand slam. Second home run. Hang on. He's done it again. Pavin Smith, 3 homers.
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
It's incredible.
7th innings, and then it didn't take too long for A.J. Hinch to go, let's see what he can do in the late innings of a closer game. And again, he was pitching in losses, but it was the 8th inning, the 9th inning, and then down the stretch, the last 6 games he appeared in, and it was anywhere from the 3rd to the 9th inning, he was being used in games that the Tigers had the lead or went on to win.
Yeah, I mean, he's been quality. And he's been so quality, it looks like they're going to pinch hit for Bo Naylor. Go with Martinez. This fast center fielder. Speed guy right here.
This is kind of incredible.
I mean, he's forced
He's going to burn 2 for 1 here.
2 for 1. 2 for 1.
He's got 3 guys left on the bench. He's going to use 2 right here.
Yeah. It's like the closeout sell at the mattress store, man. All must go. Liquidate them all. Votes liquidating them all. Everything must go.
Hedges will now come in at catcher. First pitch, breaking ball strike on the outside edge. Unless he wants to move Fry in behind the plate.
He ain't going to do that.
He hasn't.
No, not
He hasn't
this.
caught a whole lot.
Yeah.
The strike 1.
I mean, I hope he does. Kind of selfishly.
Away. So that would leave his bench as just Daniel Schneemann for the last couple of innings. Martinez just added to the roster because of injury. Swings and hits a ground ball softly to short. Scooping up Sweeney as he gets around it, throws to first, out by a step and a half. Martinez pinch hitting for the lefty, Bo Naylor. Easy ground ball out. 2 outs. That leaves it up to Brian Rocchio.
That's what you wanted. Get your ground ball. Gunther knows the job. Keep the ball down. Make him hit it on the ground. Nice job by Trey Sweeney. Getting the ball quick, getting rid of it against a speedy runner.
Will Vest getting loose in that Tigers bullpen. First pitch outside to Rocchio. Impressive thing for Sean Gunther, the ability to get out righties and lefties. The 1-0. Up and away. The splitter misses. The splitter's been his weapon. It's soft contact. It's a lot of ground balls. And it's been impressive. And he's being entrusted now with some of the biggest innings. The 2-0. Strike on the outside edge. The numbers for Sean Gunther in 21 innings of work. 2 runs on 9 hits. 2 walks. And 12 strikeouts. The 2-1. Fastball at the belt at 89 misses. So the strikeouts are low. He's kind of a pitch-to-contact pitcher, but the effectiveness is incredible because he gets soft contact again and again and again. 3-1. Swing and a pop foul out of play. Rocchio batting righty against the lefty. He has had struggles from both sides of the plate. He's a little bit different hitter as a righty, a little more power from the right side. Crowd gets on their feet. Mound now covered in shadow. Upper body of Gunther in sunshine. The 3-2. Off the plate and in. He pounded him in. Only the 3rd walk that Gunther has allowed in his 21-plus innings of work now. Unusual because... Rocchio's, again, he's just provided some of the biggest at-bats so far for Cleveland. Stephen Kwan batting, hits righties, hits lefties. First pitch slider, middle of the plate, strike 1. The roofline shadow covers the mound. There's a little gap between the roofline shadow and the last row of the upper deck, so the pitch actually moves from shadow through sunshine to shadow. The strike 1. Swinging a line drive, base hit right center field. Perez charges quickly, fields it on a couple of hops, gets it into Colt Keith. Rocchio stops at second. Stephen Kwan, geez, oh Pete's, he's just a tough out.
Yeah, he can hit, bat the ball skills. That'll be it for Gunther, and they'll probably see a little Will Vest coming out of the bullpen. 97, how do you do?
David Fry, the scheduled batter. He's going to face Will Vest, who's hitting on all cylinders right now. And while the Tigers go to their bullpen in the 7th inning, holding on to a 3-0 lead, trying to take a 2-1 series lead over the Guardians. We'll pause for these words on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating opportunity for small businesses to make it big. Big like hearing your small business fee.
Will set the stage for Xavier Edwards. Selfishly looking for a single to complete the cycle. Towards short, Adames has it, gets rid of it quick, and he's safe! It's a single, and it's a cycle!
The second ever cycle in Marlins franchise history belongs to Xavier Edwards. It took 30 years, a rise, and now Edwards.
Is pounded deep out to left. The walk-off slam for Wyatt Langford.
steps up here in the bottom of the ninth with the
Tiger pitching change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Will Vest comes on. This arm has just been electric. He's been good all year, but it just, as the year has gone on, better and better and better for Will Vest. Challenge fastball. No secret to what he's going to do. 2 on, 2 outs. First pitch, ground ball, softly foul down the third base line. David Fry at the plate. This is the lefty killer for the Guardians. OPS near 1,000 against lefties. He hits 250 with very modest power numbers against righties. Not easy to see right now. The strike one, swing and a miss, fastball by him. Can't picture anything else right here.
No, that is electric.
Towels come out, everybody on their feet. Best sets, the 0-2, swinging a high foul fly. Ooh, he got to the fastball. We haven't seen anybody even do that. Pulled it well foul. We haven't seen anybody even pull this fastball.
Well, the way it was coming up towards his face, it was kind of like, I got to get the barrel out in front of my face to make sure I don't get hit.
Knee slightly flexed, bends at the waist toward the plate. The 0-2, check swing. Did he go? He did not. Todd Titchener, the crew chief at first on the appeal, says ball one. Rocchio runs well. He's at second base. Kwan at first. Fry stands at home plate. He's got home run power as the potential tying run. Fast ready. 1-2, a swing and a foul. Whoa, he just poured 98 in. You'll see Will Vest, that fastball can get hit on a line. You see him give up singles that are mostly line drives, but the whole point is it's mostly singles.
Yeah. He's got a slider, too, he'll throw once in a while.
The 1-2, swinging a line drive. Caught with a backhanded leap by Matt Vierling. Pump of the fist. Vierling goes into that dugout. He just robbed Fry of a potential 2-run double into the left field corner.
Get up, Matty. What a play.
This crowd roaring at Comerica Park as Vierling goes down those dugout steps.
The pitch. He struck him out. And the Kansas City Royals move on to the division series. And the Kansas City Royals, who lost 106 last year, the most ever by a team that made the playoffs the next year, not only make the playoffs, they march on. And the Baltimore Orioles have lost 10 straight postseason games in a row.
This time, it's 3-1 San Diego. Merrill, center field. Harris back. He can't get it. San Diego has opened it up here in the second. They lead it 5-1. And what a shot from Merrill.
Oh, that play flagged down by Hoskins. Leads over to Payam. Safe. We're tied up at 4. Vientos laces one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Grounds one through the right side. That's a base hit. JD Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead. Payoff pitch. High fly ball out towards right center field. Pete Crow Armstrong at the wall. Jumps. And he made the catch. Oh, baby. Pete Crow Armstrong steals a homer
And that is how this one comes to an end.
And the Cubs win the ball game. Pete Crow Armstrong with a dazzling display of defense tonight.
Up over his head, leaping up, jumping to his right, backhand, catching, fist pumping, screaming, hollering, high-fiving.
Jason Benetti is in the booth with us, and we're just so happy to have him here, keeping us company during this game. We were talking to the break. He's like, I think my most favorite excited Tiger is Matt Vierling.
Yeah.
Along with Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, it was kind of a coin flip. Tarek Skubal, but Vierling, he got it. Got the big chiclets out there.
Swing and a miss.
Good
Guardians,
fist pump. He's got a plus fist pump.
Guardians have gone to their bullpen. Andrew Walters takes over on the mound. He becomes the 6th pitcher used by Stephen Vogt today. Parker Meadows takes a strike and falls behind 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fastball slider guy, pretty stock righty. He'll work that fastball up in the zone.
Meadows takes the 96-mile-an-hour fastball, sails up and away. Slider doesn't do much except float a little bit. Not much work for Walters. Kind of a rebuilt bullpen, if not rebuilt, certainly a few guys swapped out for some guys who've been very effective. 3-2, swing and a miss. That's 97 on the black. Parker Meadows strikes out. Walters worked just 8 2/3 innings down the stretch, but earned the trust of his manager, Stephen Vogt, by going 8 2/3, 1 hit. Notably 5 walks, 6 strikeouts.
You got a guy that throws 97 and can hit a spot like that. That's a good guy to have in your bullpen in the postseason.
Jace Young will pinch hit for Justin Henry Malloy. First pitch is swinging a ground ball foul down the first base line behind Anthony Iapoce, who hops out of the way. Shadows now. Remember, the roofline shadow goes across and then angles out, so that's the shadow that has moved across the entire infield. Third baseman Jose Ramirez still standing in sunshine, but shortstop Rocchio up the middle standing in shadow. The strike one, half cut, fastball up. It cannot be easy to see right now, especially when you're facing 98.
Yeah, not favorable conditions. Still got to get the ball, try to get him in the zone. Just zone him up, see if you can get some lumber on it.
The strike two, fastball up. Tiger Milestones are brought to you every game by Wallside Windows. Local and family owned, celebrating 80 years as Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Time called. Jace Young trying to adjust to a new role, obviously, in the postseason. Learning to come off the bench, learning from guys like Andy Ibanez how to prepare for an at-bat like this late. The 1-2, swing and a foul. It's a pretty good rip at a 97-mile-an-hour fastball, riding up and in. This guy has been tough to hit in the minor leagues. 33 hits and 50 innings of work down at AA, AAA combined for Cleveland. High walks, high strikeouts. The 1-2, swing and a pop-up. From shadow up into sunshine and down into the glove of Jose Ramirez on the grass just to the left of the mound. Had to make the last second adjustment to make the catch. 3-0 Tigers are in the 7th inning. And that'll leave it up to Matt Vierling. It's a full day of baseball in Major League Baseball. Check some scores from the 1-800-CALL-SAM Studios scoreboard. Mets trying to finish off the Phillies today. They're scoreless in the bottom of the first and threatening. Fastball low and away. New York Mets have put together some of the greatest at-bats in the late innings over the last week that you'll ever see. And I think they're going to finish off the Phillies today. 1-0. Fastball strike on the outside edge of the outside corner. They've got something special going on there in New York.
They do. playing good baseball. And anytime you see teams in big moments do it over and over again, that's not the usual. You know, a lot of times you get a big moment. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But that team seems to be on a run that anytime they need something big, somebody does something huge.
1-1, fastball low and outside, and then Kansas City's going home with a chance to close out the Yankees, which just absolutely panics Major League Baseball.
Yeah, that's wrong script. Wrong script.
The 2-1. Outside, fastball misses 3-1 on Matt Vierling, 3-0 Tigers in the 7th. And that's Seth Lugo, who had a great season his first year at Kansas City against Clark Schmidt. That's a heck of a pitching matchup, but that place gets loud. The 3-1, swinging a ground ball softly to third. Ramirez will charge, scoop it in on the grass. Flip it over to Naylor at first. It's a 1-2-3 7th inning for the Cleveland Guardians. Tigers now head to the 8th inning, holding on to the 3-0 lead on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
At Comerica Bank, we're creating...
Maybe that swing. Drives it in the air, deep left center. Judge leaping, and he made the catch! Oh, Aaron Judge, what a play! He does it all, and there's the double play! Send him to Monument Park now!
What a double play by the Yankee defense, and what a catch by the captain! What a way to end the inning!
Strike three. It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way! 105.5?
I can't believe my eyes.
No, that's not even on the FM dial.
That was unreal.
I don't know if I want to high five him. He might not be rated the next week.
Well, light your hand on fire.
Yes.
A 105.5 punch out Tommy Edman.
Swing and a drive, deep toward left. Number 2,000, a home run. Paul Goldschmidt's first career hit came in 2011 against Matt Cain. Number 1,000 against German Marquez and the Colorado Rockies 7 years ago. And tonight, July 26, 2024, number 2,000 against Kyle Finnegan. A two-run homer. Winning run at second, 2 down. 1-2 pitch to Castellanos. Into left field, down the line. It's a fair ball, and the Phillies have tied the series. Back to Queens, 1 apiece. Castellanos the hero.
Slider, that's a hanger. 2 strikes, you cannot make that mistake. Trying to make it too good, he hangs it. Castellanos does it right away. The Philly crowd do it right away.
Unbelievable game. One of the best games I've ever seen.
This was an instant classic.
When he used his sinker, he got in a couple tough spots, got the ground balls, got the weak contact when he needed it, and made some really big pitches.
Jose Ramirez batting lefty against the righty Will Vest. First pitch, fastball paints the black away, strike 1.
That's so beautiful, isn't it? I mean, he can dot those fastballs. When he does that, it's like slow motion perfection coming at you at 97.
The strike 1, fastball a little further outside. Strikeouts kept trending up as the season went on. Season full of kind of quiet, subtle improvements for Will Vest. Swing and a miss, fastball low on the way. Even though the strikeout rate went down, it was more swing and miss for Will Vest this year. And again, by the time the end of the year rolled around, this fastball was nearly unhittable. Ramirez batting from his weaker left side, the 1-2, fastball away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. He was much better as a right-handed batter. You think of him as that threat from the left side. Probably just because you see him more often from the left side, but he was a monster from the right side this year. The 2-2, check swing, did he go? Appeal to third, he did not. Nick Marley says 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tyler Holton is getting loose in the Tigers bullpen.
It's a good name. I like hearing that name too.
The 3-2 is swinging a high fly ball, right center field, deep. Perez going back, has room. Makes the catch a step shy of the warning track where the wall angles out and right. Off the bat, looked a little dicey. Ramirez flies out, 0 for 3 today with an intentional walk. That brings up Bo Naylor.
Ramirez won that one back. Just got under it a little bit too much. A little bit in on the hands, a tick and under it. That's that fastball, man. That's a good pitch. Even when they're looking for it, they can't quite get there. Couldn't quite get to it.
Josh Naylor swings, fouls it out of play. Helmet goes flying off. Strike 1. He just doesn't get cheated in his at-bats.
Yeah, he'll backleg him with the best. He backlegs it and swings up.
The strike 1, swinging a line drive to center field. Parker Meadows over in. He's going to make a fine running catch into right center. Got a great jump, as he always does, and makes a fine running catch. 2 outs in the 8th.
Parker Meadows covered about 14.6 miles on this ball. He shaded him over in left center a little bit because Naylor usually when he hits the ball in the air, it's the other way. And he had a beat on that thing, didn't skip a beat.
2 outs. That brings up Lane Thomas. Check swing. Tap foul. Kicks off to the right. 3-0 Tigers in the 8th. A 3-0 shutout of the Guardians in Game 2 in Cleveland. 3-0 lead in the 8th inning, trying to take a 2-1 series lead. The strike 1. Buried the fastball low and outside. Jimenez coming up. Noel would follow him. Hedges after that. But you would think Holton might be coming in for Jimenez. Swing and a miss. Fastball away. On their feet here at Comerica Park. Waving the towels. The 1-2. High and tight. The towels go down.
Yeah, keep the towels up. Or just yell. Here they go again. Here it comes.
Almost 45,000 today. The 2-2 check swing. Did he go? He did not. Todd Titchener, the crew chief, on the appeal at first, says 3 balls, 2 strikes. Vest came on to get the last out of the 7th inning thanks to a fine leaping grab of a line drive off the bat of David Fry with 2 on. Trying to make it a 1-2-3-8. The 3-2 check swing, and this time got him. Poured the fastball in. A 1-2-3-8. Tigers bat in the bottom of the 8th with a 3-0 lead. This is the home of Detroit Tigers baseball.
Hi, Matt Garco here with Bill Brown Ford. When it comes to buying or leasing, we know you have a lot of choices. I'd like to tell you about our dealership.
2-0, there's a swing and a high fly ball towards the right field corner. Fair or foul towards the pole. It's off the pole and gone. Pavin Smith, his 5th of the year. Pavin swings. That's belted. Deep left field. Alvarez turns, walks. It's gone.
A grand slam. Second home run. Hang on. He's done it again. Pavin Smith, 3 homers.
All right, the 1-2. That's in the air left field. That's trouble. Jankowski back. And a magic catch. Oh, my goodness, what a grab. He brings the game back. You just saw Major League thievery right there. Unbelievable.
Our hearts stopped for a second. You're thinking this ball has a chance to get out.
Is pounded deep out to left. The walk-off
slam for Wyatt Langford.
Steps up here in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded and just unleashes on Clay Holmes with a game-winning walk-off grand slam home run.
A wild adventure this one was tonight.
Swing and a miss, strike three. It was 105.5 miles an hour.
No way! 105.5!
I can't believe my eyes.
No, that's not even on the FM dial.
That was unreal.
I don't even know if I want to high-five him. He might not be rated the next week.
Well, light your hand on fire.
Yes.
105.5 punch out Tommy Edman.
Good mix of pitches. Fastball, changeup, curve. Throw a slider once in a while. He'll stick to that four-seamer quite a bit. Against the lefty, he'll probably throw a few more breaking balls.
Man, are we seeing a great reaction shot of Will Vest after the strikeout to end the eighth inning of Lane Thomas. Riley Green batting first pitch. Misses the mark. Peeled to third. Ball one. Green, Perez, and Keith against the lefty, Cantillo. The 1-0. Fastball low and away, and a called strike. Jim Wolf never really got the strike zone dialed in today.
Yeah, it's a little questionable at times.
The 1-1 to Green, swing and a miss. Changeup, left on left changeup. You just didn't see that for a long time. We're seeing a little more, but that's not a pitch you see very often. That was a good one. The 1-2. High and tight. Stayed to the changeup. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Riley Green, big RBI single. I mean big. In a regular season game, taking even a 1-0 lead is big. The 2-2, swinging a high fly ball, left field, fairly deep. Kwan going back and tracking it onto the track at the wall, 1 step away. He'll make the catch. Riley Green made a bid for an opposite field home run. It's the first out of the 8th inning.
Shaky in the outfield today. Cleveland Guardians.
They just haven't been able to read the wind, it feels like, all day.
Yeah, the ball's pushing a little further than they think. And it's a bigger outfield. They played here. But it is. It's a little different. You can even see the way he caught it. He didn't catch it in the pocket.
That ball almost came out. Or at least he caught it, as you said, awkwardly. Renzo Perez, curveball down. RBI single for Green in the first inning. Gave the Tigers a 1-0 lead. That was with 2 outs. Matt Veerley made the second out of the 3rd inning, but it was a sacrifice fly to score Jake Rogers. And then Spencer Torkelson with a double to score Keith from second base with 1 out in the 6th inning. Single runs in the 1st, 3rd, and 6th. Tigers had the 3-0 lead, 3 outs away from taking a 2-1 series lead. Renzo Perez today, 0 for 3. Fly ball reached on an error and a strikeout for Perez. The 1-1, swing and a foul out of play. Check some scores in the 1-800-CALL SAM Studios scoreboard. Philadelphia and the Mets. Again, that's an elimination game. The Mets have the 2-1 series lead, can close it out at home today against the Phillies. And San Diego can close out the Dodgers tonight. They're playing really well. Breaking ball up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And I really believe that the Padres are going to close out the Dodgers tonight at home.
You got another feeling?
Another feeling. That series is over. A bold prediction. 2-2, swing and a miss. That's a good curveball. Andy Ibanez in the on-deck circle will now stride to the plate. He'll pinch hit for Colt Keith.
Yeah, pretty effective stuff. Big curveball, changeup's pretty good. Like you said, location, though. It's always location. Guys can have good stuff, but if they miss over the plate, you got Andy Ibanez. He had a decently big hit in the Houston series, I'd say.
I'm trying to remember, was that late? Swinging a foul out of play. More pinch hitting appearances, 48 this year than any player in baseball. It was the most for an American League team because National League teams, of course, did not have the DH for so long. going back 30 years. The strike one, up and away. And while the production in the at-bats wasn't great, I love that Major League Baseball broke it down to, how do you do in the late innings? 8th and 9th innings, he was 9 for 21 in a pinch-hitting role. 9 for 21. Swing and a miss. Changeup's really good. The arm action's excellent.
Call that clutch. That's that
it's
third
the
pedal.
hardest job in baseball.
Yeah. It's tough. But when a guy gets good at it, they're valuable, man.
That's why A.J. Hinch never lost the faith in Andy Ibanez. The 1-2 is swinging a foul. He just lunged across home plate to hit that changeup, fouled it over the screen behind home plate. It had been a tough second half for Ibanez, but why would I lose belief in him? He's done it all year. He was due.
Yeah. And like you had said earlier, numbers have a way of kind of evening themselves out.
The 1-2. Swinging a fly ball to the gap in right center field over Thomas. Waving his arms to make the catch, calling off Noel. Ibanez flies out. A 1-2-3-8 for Cantillo. We head to the 9th. Tigers trying to take a 2-1 series lead. They've got a 3-0 lead after 8 on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
There are trucks. Then there's the truck. GMC Sierra with the...
There's a fly ball to right. And that is going to be way gone. Churio sends one out of here to make it 3-0. Jackson Churio with serious opposite field pop. Number 20 for the 20-year-old.
Youngest player in MLB history to record 20-plus homers, 20-plus stolen bases.
It's incredible.
Walking a single to start the inning. Runners still at first and second with 2 away. Here's a 2-1. There's a throw. It's a ball. Was there any doubt? Shohei Ohtani arrives in October with a 3-run home run. Top of the zone tomahawk. He's proven to be inevitable. We saw him tear it up down the stretch. We saw him loosen the lid on his emotions, too. We saw it on that home run. Slices one the other way. It's a 2-run single for Vientos, and the Mets have a 6-4 lead. Grounds one through the right side. That's a base hit. J.D. Martinez off the bench knocks in 2, and the Mets have opened up an 8-4 lead.
Lawrence Butler time. He gets a hold of one early, and this ball's gonna fly on out. The growth he's seen over Butler. This one hit hard towards center field. And right on cue, Lawrence Butler adds another. Including his last save opportunity. That ball is belted. Lawrence Butler does it again.
Oh, my God.
All tied up in the Queen City.
He wants that ball.
Another great season, another season of 90 innings of work, all in relief. And yes, I'm including the 9 starts that he made, because those are basically relief appearances as an opener. Phenomenal season. Jimenez at the plate. First pitch from Holton. Fastball middle for a called strike 1. It is a true 5-pitch mix. We talk about it a lot. Some pitchers claim they have it, but not really. But he throws all of them at least 15% of the time. The strike 1 to Jimenez, swinging a foul out of play. Well-located fastball, no balls, 2 strikes. 3-0 Tigers in the 9th.
Just going right at him. Pouring it in there. Now he's got him opened up to do what he wants. If he wants to go sweeper away, go fastball away.
The 0-2 in the dirt, down and away. Lefties hit just 153 against Tyler Holton this year. Righties not a whole lot better. They hit 180 with no power. He shuts down righties, lefties, let's face it. And remarkably consistent all year. The 1-2, swinging the ground ball softly to first, backing up to play the big hop. Torkelson to the bag, tags with his left foot. 1 up, 1 down, 9th inning. 3-0, Tigers on top.
It's a good way to start it. Get ahead, then you can go to secondary pitches.
And that's what Tyler Holton has just absolutely embraced since coming to the Tigers. The first pitch strikes, getting to leverage, getting to 2 strikes, winning that battle to 2 strikes, and then putting hitters away again and again and again. Noel at the plate, first pitch, changeup away. Not quite close enough for Jim Wolf. Ball 1. Noel tucks that left shoulder in, holds the bat upright with the hands low below the right shoulder, swing and a miss. A beauty of a changeup down, 1 ball, 1 strike. Shadows have now moved all the way out to center field. The hitting conditions much better right now. Outfield plays this righty to pull. Swing and a soft tap foul. Chase the changeup away. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
No reason to bring him anything good to hit here. 1-2 count. He'll fish a little bit. All Jake's got to do is figure out what bait. Is it the changeup again? He's went changeup. Try to backdoor the sweeper. Or freeze him with a heater.
Noel waiting. Holton from the stretch, holds a glove away from the letters, pauses, the 1-2, swinging a ground ball to third, getting around it, Bierling near the line, plants, throws, 2 outs in the ninth.
Nice play by Bierling. That was that changeup. Down and away, and now the place is ready. Are these guys ready to see a W, Dan? A postseason W in Detroit?
Oh, this is a sight. Towels waving, packed house, standing room only, somehow shoehorned almost 45,000 in. Hedge is batting, first pitch, swing and a miss on a changeup.
Man, that's good today.
Montero, Herder, Brisky, Gunther, Vest, and now Holton. 3-0 Tigers with 2 outs in the ninth. Ground ball fouled on the third base line, and the Guardians down to their last strike. Hedge is deep in that right-handed batter's box. Spreads out. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Tigers win. Tyler Holton works a 1-2-3 ninth. Back-to-back shutouts. And the Tigers have taken a 2-1 series lead.
I mean, it doesn't get no better than fall baseball. Striking the guy out with the 94-mile-an-hour heater by you to end it. The Tigers are not only playing baseball, they're here to play baseball. They're here to win baseball. Win it in the postseason.
This team just plays with an incredible level of confidence, and this pitching staff just does the job. Led by Tarek Skubal, everybody feeds off of him. 6 different pitchers today post the shutout for the Tigers. The receiving line going into the dugout. The Tigers can clinch this series and move on with a win on their home field tomorrow. Our final score for the second straight game in the division series: the Detroit Tigers 3 and the Cleveland Guardians 0.
Birmingham Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling is ready to tackle your plumbing and HVAC needs. Don't let your home team run cold this winter. Birmingham Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has you covered. Get winning solutions for your heat and furnace issues from a trusted choice in residential services. Meet the team to beat at BirminghamPlumbingCO.com. That's BirminghamPlumbingCO.com. Birmingham Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your Detroit boiler experts.
The red, white, and blue trucks are on the way. Birmingham Plumbing will save the day.
When it comes to getting behind a winning team, look no further than your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Whether you're north, south, east, or west, there's a Metro Detroit Chevy dealer in your neighborhood supporting their communities. From their quarterly donation drives to supporting youth sports, they're showing their gratitude while helping to make a difference. And that's why your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers are the team that's changing the game. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
Imagine a world where technology transforms the way we think about our environment. Welcome to Priority, where we're redefining the future of recycling and cleanliness with cutting-edge tech. Our innovative solutions are designed for those who demand smarter, more efficient ways to care for our planet. We're not just ahead of the curve, we're creating it. Ready to join the revolution? Visit PriorityWaste.com and see how we're setting the new standards in the industry. Priority, where technology meets sustainability.
Nothing beats an ice-cold Faygo except getting rewarded by Faygo. Visit Faygo Population to earn exclusive prizes. Faygo, the one true pop. Faygo is a proud sponsor of the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Almost 45,000 somehow shoehorned into this ballpark today. They're filing out after seeing the Tigers shut out the Guardians for a second straight day. 3-0 the final again in Game 3 to take a 2-1 series lead. Every at-bat that scored a run was big in this game, Spencer.